welcome everyone to Paranormal Talk. Kind of a weird title for tonight because we'll be talking about a couple things. I'm gonna send some invites out because we were running kind of late, so I didn't want stream or I should say Facebook is a little weird. They like to throw you off if you're not on time. I'm trying to make easy shit known that we're gonna die. I was gonna put one on, but it was running late. Maybe I'll get one later. But hope everybody's had a great week, great weekend. I just got back to New Orleans. I've been in Los Angeles for a week. I'm sorry, something just popped up inside my screen. Yes, yes, I know. Uh, yeah, but anyway, getting back to what we are talking about, I was in Los Angeles all week for the Writers of the Futures Awards. It was a very, very interesting place to be, I got to say. I had a lot of fun out there. It was a great place. And we're going to get a little bit into that in just a minute. Sorry, David. Well, you know what the hell, man? How did my phone get on? Sorry, guys. Be right back. Okay. That was slightly unprofessional, I got to say. I apologize for that. I thought I had it turned off, but it didn't sound like it was going to quit ringing anytime soon. So I said I better go get it just to be on the safe side. Michael, I'm Michael. I was thinking about Michael Angley, Christopher. No, I'm gonna send out some invites in a few minutes. I don't know who's around. I hadn't really talked to any hosts this week. All the hosts have been on their own all week taking care of their shows. I was starting to post them earlier, but I wanted to get this show in tonight. Mm, you can come. I mean, UFO Paranormal, so you can post on UFO Paranormal Radio site if you want to do that and post. Or you can come in. And this show's been off for a couple of weeks. I want to get it back on and going too. So I hate when I leave shows off for a couple of weeks. It gets a little strange. So I hate that. Um, no, see, Messenger. Hold on, let me move this over. So Messenger here, YouTube here. But really, YouTube's easiest because I can just respond right down here, chat room. We hit the jab in the chat room, but see, and then I'll limit the response area but one time so everybody knows what you're saying. Man, it's better that way. Oh, yes. All right, hold on. Uh, It's weird being back, I gotta say. It's a different world out there. A whole different part of what I do in my life is out there. Um, Compared to what I do now here in New Orleans. It's a strange thing for me. But hold on, let me open Facebook because I I really like the original Dune. I'm a big fan of the original Dune. Wait, what the hell? I hope we were recording all of that. But I'm a big fan of the original Dune. I've been a big fan of it. So, everybody there. I mean, everybody at this place was fabulous. I mean, everybody did a great job. Everybody was really wonderful. I had a great time talking to people. It seemed to be very laid back, even though it was very professional, but very laid back at the same time. Sorry, guys, still suffering from plane jet lag. Yeah, at least I got to say that too. So, the plane they put me on was straight through. It was a straight in 3 hour, 20-minute flight to there the first time. Left early, got in early, which was nice. Um, left left Cali on time and got home on time, which was nice. Both flights were comfortable. The first flight wasn't too packed. The home flight was kind of packed, kind of irritating because all over the airport you got to wear your mask, and everywhere you got to be 6 feet apart, except on the airplane. What? Oh, because there's money involved now. You don't have to be 6 feet. Yeah, it kind of pissed me off a little bit. I mean, if you had to be 6 feet in line, let's be honest, you should be 6 feet on the airplane. So I'd be what, every third seat or something. Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it. On a flight in, it was every other person, but on a flight back, it wasn't. Well, that's all the people trying to get escape Cali, man. See, nobody was hardly going here. Every time he was leaving, let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. Um, you know what? Hold on. Yeah, seen it. Hold on. Let me just open my messenger. No, it closed when I did this. Hold on. I seen it. Whoever texted me on top, I can see it. Hold on. Do 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 do. Yes, think sure I don't do this on live radio all the time. I get fired for sure. Oh wait, I could have to fire myself. All right, messenger's open. I still would rather y'all come over to the UFO paranormal site. But anyway, so they flew me out there. It's real comfortable. Had a nice flight. Had a great room. Had a nice suite. Nice suite on the eighth floor to Roosevelt. Very big suite. The freaking bathroom was as big as my house. No, I'm just teasing you, but it was a big ass bathroom. They had closets in the front and a big walk-in closet in the back. I gotta say, I felt very spoiled, very pampered. But man, trying to find booze in that town after midnight is like a quest. Yes, I found some judges, and we wanted to go drinking. We wrapped up. They had a busy day. I had a busy day, and we were sitting out by the pool talking. And I got a drink, and they got a drink, and we were talking. We went back to the bar, and they're closed. We're like, what? Oh yeah, sir. No, we don't close. No booze after 12. I'm like, what do you mean no booze after 12? And on the weekend it was after 2. It was hard to find. We got lucky. We wanted to have an after party from after the event, the Friday night event. So everybody was looking because everybody was piped up. Nobody's ready to go to sleep. So we walked down to the liquor store. Myself, I'm not going to mention the other two people who were with me, but we got walked down there, walked into the liquor store. Everybody grabbed their booze 1 minute before 2 because they quit selling booze at 2. I was like, what the hell kind of? It's like being in a twilight zone for me, man. I'm used to living in a city where you can go eat, drink, or anything, 24/7. So I tell you one other thing: the whole town smells like marijuana. It's the second time I've been there in 2 years, in the whole no, 2.5 years. The whole town smells like marijuana. Yeah, just before COVID hit, I was out there filming for Prometheus for Ancient Aliens. Yes, it was weird. The whole thing was weird. No, the judges were great. I didn't get to meet all the judges. A couple didn't come, and a couple were just really, really busy. I couldn't get around them, but most of them were very open to talking. I made friends with quite a few. I met all of the. I talked to 85% of all the winners, but I'm scheduling more interviews. So these first interviews I did were short and sweet, 10, 15 minutes, and I may play some as we're going along. But it was interesting to hear the different responses, and some had formal education, some didn't. And I was asking what they thought, how much of a difference it would make to have a formal education versus a not a formal education for this kind of stuff. And remember, there was both artist winners and writers. So we had these illustrators, and I had met Tom Wood and DeSantos, who are both fairly famous illustrators, do quite a lot of work around, and they're really good. So, and they were giving classes while I was there. We got to meet, we hung out for a while, but very nice guys, very approachable. Very nice. I enjoyed the company, both of them. So I had a good time. But anyway, how you mean? What do you mean? No, okay. So I flew in Tuesday. The event started Monday. Actually, I think it started Sunday. But anyway, I flew in Tuesday. I got on a plane, hopped out, flew down to Los Angeles Tuesday. I got there, um, caught a late night snack, caught a late evening snack, got around, got to talking to some people, got to meet some people. And then Wednesday, I started scheduling interviews. I didn't really start doing them on Thursday. I did them Thursday, Friday. I did a bunch Thursday. I did a couple Friday, and then a bunch Saturday. And Wednesday, I kind of forgot what happened. I got caught up in a couple of classes. I started watching these couple of classes then when I was actually enjoying the classes. But anyway, that's how I got a bunch of my illustrators right after the class. I just walked up to the front of the class and could I have the floor for a second. And I said this, and this, and this. And they say, oh, okay. And then I think I took 10 of them up to the room with me. And we did those interviews. Yeah, they're short and sweet, 10, 15 minutes. It was just more for prosperity to know who these kids are if they hit it big 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. Because a lot of the people who come out of these winners from Writers of the Future do hit it big and become authors, worldwide authors. I mean, a couple of them there had over 200 books. A lot of them had 50, 60 books. It's very interesting to hear these guys talk about each other. Um, and I would laugh. They were telling me about being great authors. And I was like, yeah, I couldn't write anything. Oh, the illustrators I had the most fun with. He said, well, anybody can draw. I said, yeah, I can draw. I said, when I draw a stick man, if it's a man, then have no hair. If it's a girl, it has some hair. And they were like, I was just, they were like, really? I said, yeah, man, some people got talent and some people don't. I'm one of them ones that unfortunately don't have that kind of talent. It's, I can't help it. No, like my wife's kids, they can all draw. I'm telling you, I can't draw anything. My son can write, but I can't. It's just not anybody who has to read my text when I'm texting the hell out of them. They're like, Joe, what did you just say? Speak them English, not Joey's. Yeah, so it's not my forte. But I enjoy a lot of these authors. I like a lot of the stories they write. Carly, sorry, I always tell them to send me audiobooks because I don't really have time to read anymore. No, like right now, just this is my life for the next 15 or 20 weeks. So I got all these interviews that I took. They had to be cleaned up and posted to the web and then to YouTube because they're video. They're actually not, they're MP4s. So I got to do all that. So I go to work. We're putting an eightplex together right now. And we got a bunch of other work besides that on the side. So we got to have all of that going on. So when I get home, 5, 6 o'clock, first thing I do is I got to start the shows and get them going. And then for any shows I'm doing, I got to get cleaned up and look like a human being so I can go on the air and do those shows. Yeah, it's gonna be busy for me. And we're gonna start giving regular updates on how we think this FM project's gonna go. We really are. We're trying to get what is it? One, two, hold on. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, both the Virginias, Baltimore, D.C., and whatever else is over there. North Carolina, South Carolina. So all of that should be incorporated. That's what we're trying to do. So big aspirations. We'll see how it goes. If we can do it, it'll give a because we're trying to get. We have a huge overseas audience. We got a pretty good American audience, but we're trying to get it isolated in certain states because people who live in those states or in those states who are trying to get something out or want to get something out locally, they'll be able to do it. Mm-hmm. Besides, it's better for advertisement anyway. It works better for advertisement anyway. What do you mean? Oh no. Okay, so it's the L. Ron Hubbard Awards. L. Ron Hubbard Awards. He sponsors. He set up a grant. So this is book 37 that's coming out. So he set up a grant so that these writers can do this and these artists can do this. So what they do is every quarter they take some. So I think it's three a quarter. 3 winners a quarter because it's 12 total year. But there's also honor mention, silver honor mention, stuff like that. So it's not left. It's not just. It doesn't just hang out there and stuff like that. No, because they want to inspire people. I know I was talking to one. I think it was Luke Wildman. He was telling me he had tried a couple of times and they gave him like honorable mention and something else honorable mention. Oh, hey, there's Sean. Hello, Sean. Is it Sean Demond? What's up, Sean? Can you hear me, Sean? Can you hear
Yeah,
me?
I hear you, buddy.
All right, I wasn't sure. You was kind of looking weird. How you been, man? You made it all week without me?
Yeah, I did. I did. How about
Yeah.
man? How I saw how y'all dressed up pretty nice here, dude.
Oh yeah, but I was looking spiffy. I was gonna look spiffy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was. I just downloaded everybody's archives a little while ago, so I can start posting mode next day or two. So y'all should see them go up. So you're gonna probably see just like Chase and Price. Gonna probably see 2 shows tomorrow. You might get lucky. And you might go up tonight, but either tonight or tomorrow they're gonna go up. So you'll probably see some. So y'all have two shows right up each against each other. So we'll see how that does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a good time down there. I mean, these people at Galaxy Press and Author Services took so much care of me. I was like, man, I felt like a god out there. I was like, don't get me wrong. I mean, they really did. They took good care of me. And from the time I got off the plane to like the time I got back on the plane,
Right.
it was just great. And then when I got there, it's like, we love you. And not just me, they love the whole station. They're just happy with the station, what we've been doing for them and stuff like that. Because, it's not just me that gets them the big numbers by having all these hosts. We have all these numbers on them.
Right.
It opens it up for them to have a chance to, get better numbers. And they did well. I got to say, it was a great event. What was dinner? Dinner was big salmon with some type of cream filet mignon, some carrots and asparagus. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's cool.
And some kind of weird, creamy chocolate, whatever the dessert was. It was really good. I have no idea what the hell it was, but it was good. I was like, man, this shit is good. But it's funny. I was there 5 days. 4 of the days I didn't eat dinner. I just forgot.
Right.
But I made sure every morning I got up and got a monster breakfast. So like first day I got like French toast. Next day I got pancakes and I got steak and eggs. And I said, yeah, good breakfast. And then last I forgot to eat breakfast or dinner until I got home. We ordered a pizza like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. But I mean, these people were great. They took me around. Oh, it's funny now. I was there, so I was sitting out there. That's what it was. It was Wednesday. I was sitting up there in the academy room, listening to them talking. I looked out the window, and they said they had a red and yellow sports car down there for rent for $108 for 4 hours. I'm like, what the hell is this? I walked down. It's a Maserati, and the guy said, "Here's my license. Here's my insurance." I don't know. It might get lucky and got in the movie, so we'll see what happens.
That'd be cool.
Well, I wanted to run down Highway 1 just to see what it looked like. Because it's been a long time since I've been down it. The last time I was on Highway 1 was my wife was. We were in.
Did she go?
Laughlin. Not this time. No, she wanted to stay home. But yeah, because it's like a whirlwind when you're with me. Usually I bring 2 or 3 people because it's like a whirlwind. I usually have people out, booking guests for me and setting up times and guests like that.
Right.
And it's just crazy. And for me, it was nonstop. I mean, literally. I got up around 7 in the morning. Oh, I lost you, but he'll be back. Anyway, for y'all, listen, I got up about 7 in the morning, stopped about 1 or 2 in the morning, and then went back. And thank you for that report, Dell. Thank you again for that report, Dell. Such rudeness. But guys, I mean, I'm not a big fan of LA, and I got to tell you, this trip I did didn't change my opinion of Los Angeles any. It is a crime-ridden, dirty, nasty little city that needs some serious loving to it. We walked out. It was midnight, and we wanted to go find something to eat. I was walking with 2 other guys, and they down there trying to kill each other, not even half a block from us. It really is just a dirty, nasty little city.
Really?
Yeah, it is, man. And we're on Hollywood Boulevard. I mean, we're on Hollywood. We're at the Roosevelt Hotel, one of the nice hotel out there on Hollywood. I mean, on high. I can look out the window and see the little stars. I was having fun. I was walking with one of the judges. Oh, I'm stomping him. I don't like him. I'm stomping him. I don't like him. You know how to get those stars on the sidewalks. I'm stomping all the ones I don't like. I said, man, y'all should be taking video of this shit. But we had a good time though. And what happened was, I was cruising in the Maserati, and I was coming back. And when I came through, the streets were thin. You could cruise through this. So I'm cruising, zipping on the car. Handles like a dream. So all of a sudden, I look up, there's a roadblock, and I'm thinking, what the? And then there's a movie set. So I just, hit the brake and punched it because I just wanted to get around. So, this real light-ass car with a lot of power just spun itself back forward. Great handle like a dream. So I said, okay, so I'm going back looking for another way. I'm at, I think, 3 lights down. I hear on my window. I'm thinking, man, I should have brought Martha with me. I don't know what the hell's going on. The guy, he said, man, what's your name? He said, that was you back there? I said, yeah. I said, why? He said, they might want to include it in whatever. He didn't tell me the title of the movie, but I'm actually going to send it to him, something to look for. So he asked me if I'd sign a waiver here. I don't know what all the information on it. And bitch part is, I think I'll get a check for like $366. I think that's what whatever standard is right now. It's just hilariously funny. But we watched them film 3 different movies. When we first got the first night I got there, they were filming a movie on one side of the hotel. Second time I got, on the next night, they were filming it down the street at another place. I'm like, Jesus, people. But it was fun. But there's a lot of talented authors there, talented artists. They got a lot of people. Some of them are young, some in the middle age, some our age. It's amazing. A lot of out of country winners. I was like, look at these guys, man.
Uh-huh.
It's nice. And so I told Jenny to send them in because if you win, they fly you out for like 7 days on their ticket. They put you up in a hotel room, a nice hotel like the Roosevelt. All expenses paid, all food paid. They got mad at me because I was paying for my own food, and I said, "Gee, I'm paying for everything else," and I like to eat, So
Right.
so they paid for all of that. They rented all their tuxes and outfits and gowns and
Damn.
everything, and brought them out to the red carpet. All kind of press was there, and
Really.
I was going around filming the press. I was having a ball. Yeah, I made friends with a lot of people out there. I met some people from NBC, ABC, CBS. There was a few of them out there, and I met one particular filming crew who I liked. I was filming them. I said, I walked up to them and said, "Well, I'm gonna film the filmers while the filmer's filming you." And they got all confused. And but they're the ones who were working the show inside, which was kind of nice. And
Right.
man, I can't. I took 2,000, maybe 3,000 pictures. I deleted about 300 the other night. I was sitting down waiting on dinner. I deleted probably 1,000 on the phone on the ride home in the airplane. I said,
Wow.
this has got to go." But a lot of great people. Man. I just couldn't get
Are
over
they?
how nice the people were. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's you know, put this in perspective. So you send something to these people, right? So it's blind draw. One person reads the stories, and then they send them to the judges with no names, no sexes, no just the story, nothing else. So the
Right.
judges have no idea who this is. So it doesn't cost anything. It's absolutely free. You send it in, they read it. And same thing with your artwork. You send it in, and if the judges think it's good, and if you're not, they get a letter that says, "Oh, try again," because you can try every quarter. Um, so they try. Some people went 14 quarters. Some people went 14 years. Some people went 20 years. It was crazy. Some people were first time winners. And then at the end of the show and all, they picked two big winners and a big honorable mention, which all get a $5,000 check and these massive ass trophies. They had to give them suitcases to pack all their shit in to take back with them. But everybody had a great time. I interviewed. I think I got 26, 25 or 26 of the 33 of those done. I got interviews setting up with all the judges, and so I'm gonna get with some of the hosts on this network who like to do authors and send them some authors to talk to. And
Okay.
I'll probably start them with the young ones because the judges are kind of know me and they're kind of funny about who they talk to. Met
Why
the
is that?
guy.
Why is that, Jeff?
They just are. You got to. It's one of the things you got to know somebody to get to meet them. And see, I was brought in as different. I was brought in as a friend of John's who runs press for his show and gets a show and took his show from I'm easily 300 or 400 up to 1 million a week. So yeah, they like me. They're like, oh yeah, and then they've seen a big increase in people joining their class for they got an online class for free they give you, so you can help learn how to write and draw better. It's fabulous. I got some of the best teachers in the world. I got some very serious judges. I mean, these people got like Dune. The guy who just rewrote Dune was there. The guy who wrote Ender Game was there. The guy who took over for Johnny Depp and Jump Street 21 was there.
Wow.
Yeah, it was just some serious people, and these people come take their own time to come see you. I mean, they pay them to bring them down there and all, feed them and everything, but they're coming down to teach these kids, all these winners how to be excellent writers.
Right.
So this gives them such a big jump on their careers. It amazes me. I was stunned by it, that they would actually do all this, the way and it's just free. It still floors me that it's blind judged and it's free. Because I gave John Goodwin a shit hard time for like a year. I said, "John, it's not free." I said, "How much I got to pay the judge to get him to read my story?" "Oh, it's not like that." "Oh yeah, and how much? What's the hidden entry fee?" "It's no hidden entry fee." "Oh, when I win, what I got to give y'all the cover?" I gave him all kind of crap. Now I've been there. I mean, he convinced me a long time ago that it was true, but I've been there now, so I know all the courses are free.
Hmm.
The whole work they work the shit out of these guys. They get about 4 hours of sleep. These work groups are intense, and for the artists they're intense. For the writers they're intense. They're big, big, big names like Dean. He's got 240 novels to his credit.
Wow.
Todd's got 64 novels. These guys know how to write, and they're making money, and they're telling them how to do it. And then a couple of times we talked about money, and then they had me in there talking about how to deal with social media and press. They were cracking up when I was talking to them. I was like, "Look, don't get in an argument with a host." I said, "If you get in an argument with somebody like him, I'm going to eat you for lunch. You better watch
Yep.
what you're doing."
Yep.
Um, so it's I want them to understand. I gave them a lot of good pointers on how do you deal with this, what you should be doing, how it should be handled, and they were like, "Well," I gave them a big rundown on social media. But the first thing they were asking me was, "What?" And then I cheated for them. I said, "Look, I'm tell you how to cheat." I said, "When you get invited to a radio show, when you call in to get on one, send them 20 or 25 questions." I said, "But before you send the questions, write down the answers." So that way they're asking you questions, you're just going to answer them. I said, you're going to look so much smoother. It's going to come out so much cleaner. I said, and every time you send them to a host, mix and match them, change them around so that every interview don't sound like every other interview. I said, that's a safe way. And I said, if a host invites you on and starts tearing you up for something, just hang it, just before you hang up from him, say, well, I'm leaving now. You don't have permission to use my audio, and click.
Well,
Like, really? I said, click. I said, if you're on a stage, you do it. I said, you turn your ass around. And said, as you're walking off the stage, say, you do not have the permission to use my image, and keep on walking. And it just pisses people off. And
right.
unless you sign a waiver, there's nothing. If you sign a waiver, you're screwed. But
Right.
that's why I'll never sign a waiver before a show.
Oh, okay. I'm not anything interesting for our station. I mean, did you get?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So not too much I can talk about because a lot of this is secret for now. Well, we're going to have a meeting in a couple of weeks, and y'all get to hear about it at the meeting. But I can tell you this. Talked to a few people about, well, I was out there telling them, I met some big names with a lot of money. I was hanging out with some serious millionaires. And I may have some 6 zeros, but I ain't got no 7 zeros. And and we were talking about the future of the FM and how we're looking for investors. So 4 or 5 of them gave me the phone number and said, when just start sending me updates on it, and I'll see what we can do. So see what happens. Right now, I'm going to spend a day a week for the next 6 weeks getting it all together. So I wasn't even planning on submitting anything until January. So a couple of guys want to help me with grants. So we're going to see. It looks like now we have a better chance because at first it was looking like I might have to go backwards a little bit and start with like a 2-state server. But it's looking like now we might be able to do the whole state because this is what we're looking at. We're looking at Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, Texas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, both Virginias, Baltimore, D.C., and North and South Carolina. And I think there's somebody else in there, but that's a lot of states to cover.
Okay. My question to you is, right, we're not far from Baltimore.
See, and that's what we were talking about. That can we switch it up to hit Pittsburgh and to hit New York? Because it's not really that much difference as a crow flies. So another guy gets hold of me, a guy who get this shit. So one of the guys who's working press there sets up towers for radio. Used to set up radio towers for another company. Now he's working in the media. And we got to talking. He said, "Well, Joe, you can cheat." He said, because we're talking about Mississippi and Louisiana, how flat it is. He said, "Well, go up to like in the middle of Mississippi and Alabama where it gets hilly. So for every elevation we can go up by land, we can come down on the towers. So there's some places here that are 70, 80, 100 feet above sea level. So if you put a 50-foot antenna up there, that's a 150-foot reach. So we can get most of those states pretty easy. The hard part when we get up by you is it gets hillier and more mountainous. So we might have to put up like a booster station or find somebody to help invest us into a booster station. Because from Baltimore, New York's kind of flat, but when you head back the other way, you get kind of a little hilly up in there.
Yeah, Pennsylvania, they have all hills, dude.
So we'll have to see how that. Same thing in Virginia now. We may have some issues in Virginia. We may have, because something I learned driving from Utah to Colorado was, in some of those interstates, some of the valleys you get in, there is nothing, and no cell tower, no radio, no nothing. Even FM can't get in there, which is just amazing, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
But we had a lot of fun. And you got to remember, these are sci-fi writers. These are guys that are going to help us down the line with that stuff. Yeah. And nobody knew I did UFO paranormal stuff, and then a couple must have found that there was a research on the last day there. And can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? Can we talk about this? I said, y'all are not here to interview me. I'm here to interview y'all. I'm sorry, guys. I said, maybe when we do the big interviews, hour to 2-hour interviews, y'all can come in and we'll talk about
that would be pretty cool. I mean,
yeah, so
I don't know. Let me tell you about my dream I had, dude.
Yeah.
All right. My dream, honest to Pete, I had a dream that some dude, just gave you like $10 million so you can expand UPRN to all the 50 states.
$10 million.
No, I did.
No, I'm serious. I was going to say, with $10 million, I could expand to all 50 states.
Right.
So I might even be able to get one to Hawaii for that. I don't know why
it was really weird because, honest to God, I'm thinking, holy shit, are we going to be all over the United States? Because the dream was like so damn real. And
I'll tell you, some of the guys I was talking to had serious money, and 2 of them were talking to me about, because we were looking at we got a lot of work to do on what it's going to actually come down, because we already know what the towers and the transmitters cost. There's other things we have to do, licenses and stuff like that, legal agreements and shit, and that's going to kind of jack the prices up. The actual tower and equipment installation all is less than $200,000, well, maybe $300,000, but still. It's the other stuff, FCC licensing and stuff like that,
Right.
cross-based licensing. That's all going to get expensive. But the estimate somewhere about $1.5 million. But anyway, so we are looking if we can expand. I even offered some people, partnerships and shit like that. So we'll see how it goes. We have a good large audience now, and everybody was very interested in it. And I took them where they could see, what we had and what we're
Hmm.
doing and stuff like that. So there's people are interested in. And I told him, and one of the guys laughed. He said, "Why you want to change it?" So he said, "You got a great following." I said, "Yeah, I'm not getting rid of the podcast. That's never going away." I said, "But let me tell you the difference." I said, "When I sell $2,500 ads on paranormal radio, that's great, but on FM, that would be $25,000 worth of advertisements.
Right. Right.
It's a majorly different price, and unfortunately, podcasts don't get the fairness of the prices that they should because really, FM's great and you can get it in your car. Everybody used to be the excuses, well, pods are just on the internet, but that's not true anymore. If you got a cell phone, pods are anywhere.
Hmm.
You can slap it on from your phone to your car all day long. So, and then a lot of cars have scan disc record. In their stereo, you can stick a scan disc in there. So, unfortunately for them, pods are everywhere. And then you got like Sirius radio and satellite radio.
Right.
So we're in a good position right now. We're way at the top of our field. We got honorable mention for the podcasters award, which was nice. And they said, "Well, we're going to send you a trophy." So I ain't spending no $400 on trophy. You forget it. Uh, I don't need it. I mean, it's a
Right.
great recognition, but we didn't win. We just honorable mention, and I'm happy with knowing we were honorable mention. I kept the things I can post on the site, but and then also they got one for just being a nominee, which we did make the second round, which is also nice.
Right.
So I'm very happy with all that. So that's good for us. That's just more things for us in the station to brag about. But we still got a long ways to go in a lot of areas. But I got faith.
I
I
do
got
too.
I got absolute faith. And then I haven't told Kathy Belsky, but she's been paying for advertisement lately, and I've been gone all week. So as a favor, I got a big ass plug out in California off of one of the local television stations.
Right.
Yeah, she was like, we were talking, and I was telling her, the lady asked me about one of my typical advertising. I said, well, one of my hosts are advertising right now, Kathy Belsky. She's got a gig coming up in December. I said, you can run by the station and hear about it. She goes, well, that was slick. I said, no, it's just taking care of one of my hosts, taking care of them. So, no, we'll see how that goes. And then it was strange because, boy, they got a nice office over at Office Services, man. I think it's so nice. All hardwood everywhere. They
Wow.
actually, they actually got a real cappuccino machine in there. The brass ones, man, the ones that cost some money. I was
Uh-huh.
impressed. I mean, I work for a lot of wealthy people. I'm in a lot of rich places. I didn't grow up poor, and so I'm not easily impressed. I got to say, I was impressed. Not so much about what kind of money or anything like that, because they're not filthy rich or anything. But not the people who work there, but about the way they handled themselves. They were just fabulous people.
Really?
Yeah, they were just everybody was super nice. Went way out of their way to make sure I was happy. They did not have to do that.
Doesn't it
Called and
make
checked on me regularly. I mean, John Goodwin, who's the president of Galaxy Fest, and him and I have been friends for a while now. We chit chat. We have a lot of fun when we're talking. And he made sure he called me every day. He said, "Joe, they got you like for the dinner. I'll have to show you. I'll have to show you after a while. Pull it up and thing." So for the event, he called me. He said, "You got a good seat, right?" I said, "Emily, all right, she gave me one of the best seats in the house." Tell us, I said, "Thank you." Thursday night they were having a big steak dinner at this. It was just for some of the judges and myself, and it's a high dollar steakhouse, and probably $200 steak, which I've eaten many of them there. Great steaks, but that's brazen to something. He calls me and said 6 o'clock. Don't forget, come on, wait yet. We're waiting on order. I said, I can't come down. I got actually 10 people in one being interviewed right now. He's like, you're shitting. I'm like, no. I said, and I hate to miss a good dinner. And the bad part was by the time we got through the interviews, it was midnight, 1 o'clock. There was no food.
wow.
But earlier that day, I did remember I had bought a chicken salad sandwich and I ate half and I threw the other half in the refrigerator. So I said, I'll just eat that and we'll survive. But I mean,
Wow.
they made sure everything was right if I needed anything. And then the last day, they took me on a grand tour of the service place, the Office of Services. The place is beautiful, great place. I wanted to hang out more and just hang out and chat. I had some more questions for them, but I was giving a lecture on the media, and
Hmm.
so I had to get back. But still, it was great. And all the I don't want to call them all the youngins because some of them weren't that young, but all of the winners really were happy, had their stuff together, and they're slick. So I couldn't figure out why there was so much camaraderie amongst the winners, right? I was like, well, usually it's competition. Everybody's kind of,
Right.
I'm going to win, you're going to win. But no, there's a lot of camaraderie amongst them. And it has a lot to do with the way they treated the services, but they make them bunk together, two in each room.
Oh.
And so they start to become friends and work it out, you know, and then of course after party that we threw in my room, it was we learned quite a lot about them, because they had a few
Wow.
drinks and they opened up and they talked. There was about 15 people in that room that night,
Hmm.
and and it was great because everybody who attended had their vaccination shots, so there wasn't all that much of worry. But they flew their families out there,
Wow.
and I was like, wow, that's nice, man.
Now, were there any podcasts? You know how me, Jenny, Trish, and Jason, right? Say like we won. Would they send all four of us out or just Jenny?
If the whole group, well, the podcast group one, no, they send everybody, whoever's involved in it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
that's how it works. Yeah, I mean, so it just depends. I noticed that PCP, the way they do it, they just do it online. So all they got to do is send you your trophy. So you watch it online to see who wins, and then they send you trophies out,
Hmm.
and that's how they do it. And there are some other groups, but that's because of COVID. Nobody's wanting to get in groups and stuff like that.
Right.
But
I don't know, man.
the alarm's
Whoa,
going
there
off.
she
What?
is. There she is.
My roosters. I got a rooster. You hear my rooster in there? I got a rooster
Oh
now.
my God.
It's a rooster, peep. It's not a dog. It's a rooster.
It's
I
a
know it sounds
rooster.
like a dog. It's a rooster.
Rooster.
Or actually, it's a hen because it's female. So it's
The
noisy going on.
Tasmanian devil is what
Oh,
she
she is
is,
a
dude.
terror, man. I got home yesterday. It was like I call her fast as F sometimes because she is through the house, up and down me, and my son and his girlfriend was with him. She'd running over there, knocking them down. The dog weighs all like 21 ounces or something.
Really?
And she's like flying through the house. And baby girl, who's about 8 or 9, 10 pounds, she's flying through. And then she stopped. She's like, well, Daddy's going to love me. This is where I'm going to stay. And she was happy. But they were happy to see me.
Hmm.
One way said the older one was giving her shit when I left, whining at the door and stuff. Like, where the hell's Daddy at? I can't sleep without Daddy, because she sleeps right up on top of me, the little witch.
Right.
I woke up this morning. One underneath the side, one in between my legs. I'm like, get the hell out of here! No wonder I can't turn over in the middle of the night. You're new, but I'm glad. I had a good time, but I was glad to be home.
Are you? Yeah.
Yeah, Cali's nice and all, and it's fine to visit. But I don't know about that. And don't get me wrong, Highway 1 is gorgeous. If I had the time and money, I would just start at the bottom down in San Diego, drive Highway 1 all the way to the top. I got offered to come to a speaking engagement in Eureka, California. And it was weird because I was just talking about Eureka a couple of days earlier to somebody else about something else. And
I'll go.
I got a call from this club out there. They said we're bringing on 50 guests, and so we already got an audience of about 1,000 people. She said that's why we can pay to have you out. He said we'll fly you out business class because I tell people now when people ask me to speak, I tell them business class. I don't want to fly coach or
Right.
economy. I don't mind because I just don't like three people because I can't get comfortable.
Right. 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 Right.
Like flying home yesterday, flying out, it was just, but anyway, I'm scared I'm going to fall asleep, knock somebody out or some start a fight on the airplane by accident or some shit.
Right.
I won't do that. So, and usually when Linda and I fly, we don't even, so we'll fly business, but we'll fly in a plane. We've learned from flying enough that we fly at planes that only have two sides.
Okay.
So there's only two seats on each side, so you're more comfortable, and they're usually built a little better. Now, Spirit is this the first time I flew Spirit Airlines. I had a good experience. I've heard some other people had bad ones, but it was a good plane, ran nice, with no problems. Everything sounded good. Everybody, the pilots were good. Here's Joe. This is typical Joe. So I'm walking down ramps going home, getting a plane. Blah, da, 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 Joe. So I see the pilot there texting. I said, dude, no texting and driving. No,
Ah.
no, he looked at us. I mean it. No texting. She starts busting out. So when we're leaving, him and the other pilot, the co-pilot comes out. I said, "Was there any texting and driving? It don't make me have to report you to." They lost it. Lost it. They're like, "Oh shit!" I said, "But man, they had a great land. One of the best landings I had in an airplane." They
Were the
come in.
stewardess cool?
Yeah, stewardess. As a matter of fact, I asked one of them her name so I could remember when I do my Google review to put her name in it because they were fabulous. And then she comes by. I hope there's probably nobody listening from there. So I get a Coke because I've been dying of thirst. I hate water. I've been drinking a lot of it actually. And so she goes, "Damn." I said, "I want some. I want some extra." She went, "Oh, some Jack?" No, I said, "I don't want no liquor. I want some. I want some." So I said, "Wait, I want some of the peanuts she's got." So she looks around, hands me a bag of peanuts. That's on me, baby. I said, don't get me wrong. Coke's like $4 in this thing, so it's not like
Right.
we're getting anything cheap, but it was hilariously funny.
Hmm.
Everybody in the plane was really nice. It was coming and going. Everybody was nice. But if I do fly Spirit again, I will make sure there's a Spirit doesn't really have a business in first class. All they've got is four seats in the front that are two seats each, and that's
Okay.
it. So I'll remember that for future flight. If I'm going to fly Spirit, I'll remember that because I want to be comfortable. I don't have to worry about knocking somebody out. And it was just me and Linda. We could switch if I want to look out the window and stuff. I like sitting at the aisle, but because I can stretch my feet out,
Right.
Or if I can, I'll get an exit seat. Exit seats are great because they're double the width, man. Because you got people anyhow. Get all comfy. Yeah, you can tell I've flown a few times over the years, but
Do they
uh,
assign these seats? I hear they don't assign seats no more. They just it's first come first serve. Is that right?
it depends. Depends what class you're flying.
Hmm.
See, so what they do is there's first class, business class, coach, and economy. So a lot of times in economy, it's not. See, my seats were assigned. I had 14C coming and going. Same
Hmm.
seat on both ways. On a 767 is what we were flying on. And not the safest plane around. I hate stupid me. I hate when I do this to myself. Anytime I fly a plane, I'll look its flight record up. So they didn't have any crashes like falling out of the sky, but they had like five on the runway. I was like, whoa, what's going on? But they weren't all with Spirit. I was like, wait a minute now. I'm not going to get on this big as Douglas ass plane. Five crashes, man. But most of them were like they were running into each other on the runway. I'm like, come on, why don't I hear about these on the news more often?
Right.
It's just stupid shit. You're like, come on, what kind of crack is it? Brent, no, we're going to talk about scary stories in a few minutes. We're just rounding up on this trip to. Oh, what do you mean? No, the Roosevelt. That's what I said. Roosevelt on Hollywood Boulevard. Yep. Oh yeah, I'll show you. I shot some pictures of Hollywood and I shot some other pictures. I think I might take a picture of the Maserati. I'm not sure if I did or didn't. A little tiny ass thing, man. Two seater. That bitch got. It's got as much engine as my car does size, man. That thing is just a beast.
Really?
Yeah, and then wait, you got to bring it back whatever the gas was. So where I left at Hollywood, gas was 477. When I hit it's not Santa Monica, but when I hit Highway One, I was cruising out with 727.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Holy crap!
I was like, whoop! I ain't never come back out. Dude, I got about it because this was gonna. I was gonna rent a car for the whole week because I like to go exploring. But then I got to thinking, and then they called me. So we're not going to pay for the $50. I said, I should pay for that. I'll pay for that. Don't worry about it. Because at the hotel, you got to pay $50 to keep your car there. And then first day out, I don't know what happened. My cord from a big laptop must have fell out somewhere. Maybe when I was taking something out on the airplane, but or maybe I forgot. I haven't looked. It might be in the house. So I had to go buy a new laptop. I didn't need a big nasty one. I needed $300-400. I said, why not spend $400 a damn laptop? And just to put it in perspective, a White Russian is $19
Hmm.
just for
Wow.
one drink. I ate steak and eggs. With steak and eggs and coffee, it was $41.
Really?
Yeah, buddy. A
Ooh,
hamburger was $26.
I'll be damned. I'm not going out there. I'm hell. No.
I
That's
know it's
bullshit.
it's stupid now, and that's what's so funny. So Joni caught me. We were having breakfast, and I gave him a credit card. She said, "What are you doing? It's to your mom." I said, "Baby," I said, "Y'all have been treating me excellent. You don't have to feed me."
Right.
Besides that, putting it on the room just means I'm going to eat more. So I just said no. It's I probably spent $250 on food there.
Holy
And I,
crap.
and
For
I
the
didn't eat that much. That's what I'm saying. I didn't eat that much. Oh, and there's another little thing you got to watch. Let me warn everybody who's listening to the show. So, a lot of these places they serve hamburgers, but it's sirloin or turkey burgers. If you don't distinguish, they give you the turkey burger. So, first time eating this burger, I'm like, this shit is dry. What the hell is this? I said, dude, this hamburger is horrible. Can you make me another? You ordered that. I said, man, what is it? He said, well, it's turkey. I said, I never ordered. I almost kicked his ass. I said, what? I said, look at me. I said, stop, dude. Look at me. Do I look like I want a turkey burger? Do I look like I'm a vegetarian of any sort? I said, I'm from New Orleans. Get me a real hamburger. I said, why are you thinking about this? I happen to be here because I'm pressed for United Public Radio. So don't piss me off again. And I said, well, because I had a card go missing there. I don't know what happened with the damn thing, but anyway, I canceled and I ordered a new one. But still, they said, oh, they had malt liquors. Make a malt, pour some liquor in it.
hmm
Or actually, they do it that way. They put the liquor in, put the malt in it, and whipped it all together. There used to be a place in the French Quarter that they'd make ice cream drinks. They were
Oh
fabulous.
wow.
Man. Oh yeah, talk about get drunk fast because you don't taste any liquor. You're like, so this is grasshopper, chocolate this, chocolate. You're walking along. Next thing you know, you're like, man, where's the car, man? I can't drive. It's crazy shit. It's crazy, but yeah, it was a weird place. It really was. I mean, I had a great time. I mean, everybody took care of me. They were just fabulous out there. John and Emily put on the event, which was just stunning. She did a again, just outstanding job with it.
Hmm.
And I was amazed at how much work she did. John is just a great host. Um, Jonia was the host of the event, but John, he's the president of Galaxy Express. He was the key first main speaker. But the event, he made sure everybody was happy, everybody was taken care of. He made sure the right judges were in charge of the right things. And I'm not kidding. He talked to me every day to make sure I was good and had everything I needed. And I told him in the beginning I need a decent room because I'm going to have people in it. And they hooked me up with a decent room. I ain't going to call decent. It's far more beyond decent, but still, it's hard because I do a lot of events, and some people want to be just as cheap shit as you can. And I'm gonna be honest about this, and this is for anybody who listens to this. If you're gonna invite me to speak, don't be cheap shit because I ain't coming back. Uh, I'm
Hmm.
not. I said if you're gonna fly me out, make me do something. Then when I get there at the end, you want to just be something. Just it ain't gonna happen. I ain't coming back. And then of
Right.
course I'm gonna tell everybody in the mama not to go back either. Um, I went to one time. I flew in Linda when and he said, "Well, you're gonna share a room with somebody." I said, "What? Well, give me my airplane ticket because I'm going home." He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm my wife. Why would I want to share a room with somebody?" And they're like, "Oh, okay." Because I paid for Linda's ticket to come down. And like Steven, but said he never. Steven was a consummate host himself. He'd fly us out to DC. Linda and I. He'd give her. He was always trying to get her to speak. He'd hook us with a good room up, fly us both out there. He would pay for it. Of course, I always donated my speaking fee back to him. But I like Steven. He was a good guy. Took care of him. I don't talk to him that often anymore because you can only talk about the same subject so much before you just get bored out of your mind. It's like
No. Hmm.
I love Steve, but I know what he's talking about. It's like Richard. I ain't talking to Richard. It's just more the same old crap. I want
Hmm.
something new and fresh and clean. That's great for them. They can talk to young guys coming up and new guys and stuff like that. But that's just not what I'm looking to be.
Nah.
What was I looking? What was I looking for? Me? You forgot me what I was looking for. Oh, YouTube. Let's see if I can find this picture of myself. This is weird. I gotta say, I see myself right there. Well, actually, Linda. See, hey, Michael. Linda seen me up on the
Hey,
screen.
Mike.
She seen me.
Sappa. What's going on?
I
What's
gotta
up,
use. This
Mike?
is gonna be my new profile if I ever find it again. How's it been, old man? What you been up to? We just been talking about the little trip I took down the writers and the futures down there.
I'm waiting for
Uh,
my Instacart. I feel like a bear that lives in a cave and people bring me food, leave it at my door. that's my dream, though.
feed me. Drop it
living
in, drop it off.
living the dream. Hey, if you could open up your phone and poke at what you want and have people bring it to you, and it's cheaper than what gasoline would cost me to go to the store and have to walk around the
Yeah,
store
well,
for an
that ain't
hour.
how it is here, unfortunately.
Yeah, man.
Down here, it's way cheaper to go get it yourself. Like that DoorDash and shit like that, and Uber stuff like that. Oh my God, no! What they do down here is say you order a restaurant where it's normally like say $15 or $20 a plate, right? And
Yeah.
and maybe so. Anyways, it comes out to about $25 a dinner. When you order from them, it's $105.
Damn.
Yeah, they just
So,
charge
like
you.
with Instacart, it's a local supermarket that I'm ordering from, and the prices are the same. I mean, if I went into the store, fairly the same anyway. But what the deal is, you sign up for the year. It's like $100 for the year, and then it costs you like $5 or $6 an order plus the tip. So if it's going to cost me 15, $16, I tip the people $10 that goes in their pockets, right? I mean, but man, it saves time, and I don't want to walk around COVID supermarket
Well,
centrals.
Mike, let me ask you this question. The stuff that you ordered, did you get it all the time?
Oh yeah.
Did you
So
really?
yeah. So I mean, I can actually
Michael.
talk to the person shopping. She's shopping right now, so I can like add things if I want to take things out. It's
Okay.
real cool.
All right. Because I work at a
I like
grocery
it.
store. I work at one, and our people who do the Instacart, they have problems and they get frustrated and stuff like that, and they're not good shoppers. So
Well, the only thing, like a lot of things, I don't mind, but a lot of things I worry about. Are they going to pick out the freshest fruit? Are they going to pick out the freshest
yeah,
thing? Yeah, it's like when we order wood or lumber and shit. Like always, like 20% of the shit we would never took. We'd just thrown it into another pile. So I worry about that kind of shit because I'm spending good money. I want what I want. But now, if you order from a good restaurant, oh my God, you might as well. You better
Oh
hope you
yeah,
go on Fort
restaurants.
Knox, man.
My,
Jeez, yeah.
my average order is like $100, and that's not bad. To me, getting my Jeep with the Hemi and go that 30 minutes to the supermarket, that would be about 3 or 4 gallons of gas, man. That $4 a gallon. That goes pretty fast. Pretty fast.
It don't take long, that's for sure.
So
Mm.
What the
it
hell's going
evens
on
out.
here?
At least I don't have to go out. You know, they
Uh,
got these Mennonites bringing it because I live in the middle of an Amish Mennonite area. So like this Mennonite shows up in a new Cadillac, and she was the Instacart girl. I'm like, my life
Really?
is so weird. You know what I mean? It's just weird. You know, sometimes you just look in the mirror and say, your life is weird.
The bad part is, oh man, I tell you what, if the news is Callie's is telling the truth, we in deep shit. I mean, we in deep shit.
Which part?
What's up?
What's been going on is, we got all these ships parked off all these coasts all over the place.
Oh yeah,
So Callie's forecast before it even starts to get better, midsummer 2023, not 2022, but 2023. Plus, they're saying that they're guaranteeing you that at least 70% of all product will be off the shelves throughout the end of the year, at least until the early part of summer.
better buy your toilet
So
paper.
that ain't even toilet paper they're worrying about. They're talking about food.
Right.
Uh, yeah, they're talking
Get
about
that
food stuff
Charmin.
like
Don't
that.
squeeze the Charmin.
It's even Callie's panicking a little bit now. When Callie starts panicking, it's never a good thing.
Most of the food in the U.S. comes from the U.S. though. I'm not worried about that. But it's going to
Sort
be
of.
the BS. It's going to be the parts for things. Car parts,
Well, no, no.
things like
On the
that.
food, that's not true, Mike. What comes from the U.S. in food is some beef. Some beef still comes from Mexico and Canada. You can see it in the
Yeah.
label. So about half of it does.
Depends
So
on who you are and where you live, I guess. Like with me locally, most of these stores deal with local people that they have local cattle, they have local
yeah,
chickens,
if
and
they're
it's all that type of
independent
stuff.
stores, they
Right.
might. If they're brand
Yeah.
name stores, they're not.
Well, I'll tell
So
you
that's what
what.
it comes down to.
I'm a meat
Wegmans.
cutter. I'm a meat cutter at a grocery store,
Okay.
and there was many times. We get our beef mainly from Nebraska,
Yeah.
out that way, but there was a shortage of cows, and we ended up getting it from Mexico, and we ended up getting it from Canada. And what's really crazy about that, the texture of the different beef is you can tell the difference
Yeah.
between
I wouldn't
Mexico
feel
and the
so
United
bad.
States.
But it's even worse than that. Have you ever eaten beef from the
Oh yeah.
heartland? It's got a sage taste, so it's nasty.
As long as
Uh,
it's not from China.
Well, it's not coming from China. But to see, this is what the problem is, and this is the other problem. So I'm talking to a guy the other day about this. So they got beef, but they can't get the truckers to bring the beef out. So then it sits and spoils.
Hmm.
That's another problem. And they were talking about this hardcore. They don't know why we had such a big trucker shortage. And they said, I don't understand why we didn't have a trucker shortage, but all of a sudden now we do. They're
We're here.
saying, yeah. So you want to know what happened? Yeah, this is what happened. There's a big, huge truck shortage here. Big, huge. So nobody said. Well, the other day the question came, well, why didn't it happen to Trump, but it's happening to Obama? You want me to tell you why? Because Obama shut down 3 pipelines. So guess what? All that oil has to be what? Tanked in by truck.
Wah,
Even
wah,
even when
wah.
even when it goes in on a train, it's still gonna be
So
tanked to
let's be
location
truck
by truck.
drivers, all three of us, man.
Yeah.
You
I
know
ain't
what?
getting no money
I'm,
now. It's but I was
I'm going to get
surprised.
myself a chimpanzee and call him BJ, man. And that's going to be BJ and the bear, or he'll be the bear.
Well,
Like that.
over in England, they have a big shortage of truck drivers over there now.
Oh yeah, huge, man.
Huge.
They got the army doing it now
Yeah.
over there.
I'm waiting for us to do that.
Yeah, but England's got a worse problem with COVID because they've got what they call COVID plus, a Delta plus, and Delta
Actually,
plus is more infectious. So now they don't know what to do. They have their Plan B, and they're kind of resorting to Plan B. But
I heard that they're blaming it on the vaccine. It said they're saying it's lowering the immune system of the people. They said it's not
wait,
doing what it's supposed to
it's not
do.
supposed to.
Yeah, it's not supposed to. A lot of shit's not supposed to.
But
But
it does.
unfortunately, but it does. That's a problem.
I don't know that the Moderna gave me superpowers, man. I can see better. I can hear better.
Really?
I can run 45 miles an hour. You should have seen me fall down the stairs last night, man. I fall better than
Well, I'll tell you what happened to me. I had
anybody I
that
know.
Moderna.
Right
I
onto the
had,
concrete. Boom.
wow. But I had that
No more
Moderna.
cracks for Michael.
I got the Moderna.
It doesn't help you see. It
It
doesn't help you
don't.
see in the dark.
It screwed my brain up.
It screws
It
everybody's
screwed,
brain up. It screws a lot of people up.
screwed me
Yeah.
up for a
So
month.
so
I was,
then yeah, Moderna and Pfizer said, well, it's okay if y'all mix and match shots even for the Johnson and Johnson. And Johnson, oh no, it's not. Do not mix your shot with ours. It doesn't work.
no,
Yeah.
He said that's
Moderna
not.
just screwed. The first shot of Moderna that I got, I was okay. My arm was sore. The second one, I was depressed. I was anxious. I was paranoid. I mean, I was terrible, man, for a
That's my
whole freaking
everyday.
month.
I wouldn't even know the difference.
I do.
It's
I
good.
had the Moderna, man.
It's
It
good, man.
was all
Oh,
right.
people listen to us crazy
It
people
didn't do
tonight.
anything to me.
You can find what we were talking
I
about right
couldn't
as the
sleep the first
future.com.
night. I couldn't sleep. I had like indigestion the first night. There was something like that. But after that, it was fine.
Where are you at, Joe?
Oh, wait, watch. Oh, I'm down here. I'm on top.
But I
Watch. I'm
know
gonna
a
tell you.
lot of people that had the Moderna,
Look,
and
you want to see the best looking person at the place? Watch. Here you
it's a
go.
hodgepodge. So,
Here you go. This is the best
uh,
looking person at the place right here, man. Watch. I can show you just a second. Watch. Here you go. Tick, 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 tick. My wife found this by accident last night. Wait, well, there I am. Wait. Ooh, look
oh,
at
there
that
you are.
sexy
Hey,
beast,
Whoa,
man.
man.
Bastard did it,
dude,
baby. It ain't playing.
dude.
Right. Anyway, watch.
All right, brother.
Just smile and look good. Put the
Damn.
look on it, man. Put the look on. But it was a great event. You can see. I mean, if you look at everything, they did a fabulous job.
You
Look
look
at all
so
this.
uncomfortable sitting in there.
No, it's comfortable as all hell, man. It's
I
laid
mean,
back.
like in that environment, are you comfortable in that environment?
I
I'm
could.
not.
I grew up in
No,
that,
no
man.
empath is going to go sit in there and be comfortable.
Oh
No,
no, man. I grew
no,
up in
no, no, no.
that. That's no. Yeah, they will if you grew up in it.
I would need a plasma bubble around
See,
me.
if you're an empath and you don't know how to shut it off, you're in deep shit all your life.
I
I
don't know
learned
about
that
shutting it
early.
off.
Not only did I learn how to shut off the empath, I learned how to shut off the thing about seeing people dying, and my
What if
telepathic
one of those
ability that keeps me
chandeliers fell
okay.
on your head, man? Well,
Ain't nothing that gonna happen. Oh, I tell you what did happen.
Michael,
See, look.
Michael, he's
you got to
Superman.
think of like,
Look,
what if, you know,
here's a secret y'all can't tell you. But you see this TV over here to the right? Oh, you can't see my mouse. But anyway, the TV to the right. All of a sudden, you hear this thug, and then you see this giant. This TV's giant, man. I mean, this fuck is like 400 inches. At least it starts waving on the screen like this. The poor girl in the back felt like to knock the whole thing down. I thought the hostess was going to have a heart attack, but it was a great event. I mean, they really took good care of us. You see, the tables are great. Everything's great. The food was great. Dessert was great. The award ceremony was just fabulous. They had a good time there. They showed me quite a few times. That's the best shot though, right there. Though. They just decided that, and that's what this is Luke Wildman. This guy right here, he gave a great interview. So with two of them, this one and I think Leah Ling is her name. I brought up the MCDC world. You know, Thor's going to be a woman. Superman's going to be gay, and what's his name from Galaxy Quest is going to be
what do you
pansexual.
mean he's gonna be gay?
So we were talking about. Well, actually, it's not Superman. Superman's son. I actually was corrected about that.
You don't think he was gay before? He was just in the Superman closet.
No, Superman.
Look what
I
he's
don't know about.
wearing,
I don't know
man.
about the one back in the '50s.
No
I
real
can't say
dude would
nothing
ever
about
wear
that.
that.
But the other
No
Superman.
guy wears tights, man. I'm
All
saying
kinds of
that.
guys wear tights. What are you talking about? You better get up there crack, man.
Robin
When
Hood
you're being paid to get now, Robin Hood. One of the Robins was gay. I don't know which one it was.
tights are stockings.
And
Just letting
the
you know.
first Superman's supposed to be gay. So the very first one from the was it the
Isn't
50s?
Dumbledore gay? And
Yeah,
Voldemort? Aren't they all gay?
No, only one of them was gay, but it was.
They seem like they're a real angry crowd.
No, not really. You know what's funny about this? You watch this whole awards ceremony. There's one girl she's going to talk about her wife. It's a well suited suit, and a bunch of them are from outside the country. It's just a good mix. I mean, but anyway, get back to what we're talking about. The reason I brought it up was I wanted to hear their opinion. I wanted to know what they thought about it. Do you think it's a good idea to change characters, or should you just develop new characters? And I wanted to see if they were going to stand up for themselves or just follow what I said. That was the real point. I wanted to see if they stood up for themselves. She said, no, I don't agree with it. I was like, good. He said, no, I don't agree with it. And that's what I was looking for because I wasn't giving my real opinions anyway. But I just wanted to see if they were going to stand up for themselves. So it was pretty good the way they did it. Everybody's nice. I interviewed these two. They were fun as hell. There was a lot. I interviewed this one. She was fun as hell. There was just a lot of good interviews in there and a lot of crazy people.
You look good, man.
You
look
do
good.
look good, George.
Yeah, dude.
You
Yeah,
do.
I was hanging in there. I was all
The
happy.
sunglasses, I don't know about what was on the
Oh,
sunglasses.
but so sunglasses can't go, especially now. So let me tell you what happened with this. So somebody asked me about the sunglasses, and they said, "You can get that's to show signature look now. Leave him alone. He's wearing sunglasses until he dies. He's yelling the prime of his head when he's in the coffin." And I said, "Yeah, you're probably right." But it was a good conference. I mean, a good.
You look happy, man. You look happy to be
Yeah,
there.
yeah. There were a lot of good people. Let me get it out of the thing now. There were a lot of good people there. The staff was the staff. Oh, let me put it back on for a second. Hold on. Now this guy right here.
This
He's
girl shopping with my garlic dill pickles.
the guy. Let's see, the lady behind me, the guy to the right of her. That's her husband. He's extremely famous. He's a fantastic artist. lady with the blonde with the curl on it, she's the one who took care of all kinds of stuff. She made me feel at home. But yeah, all of these other people sitting around me are judges. I'm the only non-judge there. All the rest of them, we had fancy cufflinks, baby. But you shit.
Yeah. Were they yours or did
Yeah, they
they
were mine.
give
No,
you?
that suit, that tux is mine. I bought mine. That's my own tux. I don't want to get one in rentals, especially with COVID. Ooh, shit, I didn't even think about that, man. That's just thing is just one of those things. Anyway, let me get out of there now. I got to cut that picture somewhere along the line so I can use it as a profile somewhere. But I had a great time, and everybody who seen me post online outside of when I was posting how I was dressed, people are like, "Man, you just look good. You feel
Man, you had the girls googling over you, boy.
yeah, man. That's why you know sharp dressed man, girls like a man. That's what's funny. One of the one of the authors, she went by and she said, oh yeah, she said, man, I prefer a man in a suit or a tux. I said, well, you just got three brownie points. You moved up the interview level. I said, but you know, it was funny because John was in a suit, I was in a suit. I wasn't in a suit every day. First 2 days I was just in jeans, like a shirt like this, and a vest. And then the other 3 days I was in suits, two suits and a tux. And but John was in a suit all day, so I thought I'd dress up because he was. And then a couple of people dressed up nice, and most of them were just running around in jeans and t-shirts. And the people who won, they were being nonstop in classes all day, having to do this, having to do that. They do shit like here's something you got to write or draw in 24 hours. That's all the time you got. And, but hey, they loved it. I mean, all of them said once you win, you can't win again. Like if you're an author, you can do an illustrator. See, I'm special. See, everybody with these glasses. Oh, you can't see. They all got water. I got special drinks. And I'm in one of the best tables in the place. You couldn't have got a better table where it was.
What kind of food was it, man? What you had?
They had a nice piece of salmon with a little white cream on it. They had a nice piece of filet mignon, some asparagus, some carrots. Beautiful dessert afterwards. I mean, they took care of it. Now I got a little piece of filet they gave me. It was like I looked at the girl like, "What is that?" I got one bite. But now Joni, which is this lady right here, she got a nice piece. I said, "Johnny, I'm gonna steal your filet." She's like, "Oh, that's my filet." she had a nice chunk like this. I'm like, God damn it! But the bitch part, I'll tell you. I mean, the food was good, but later on that night, I got a hamburger because it wasn't enough. I was still hungry, but that was the only night I ate dinner the whole time I was there. The other 4 nights I just didn't eat anything. And then yesterday I didn't eat anything until late last night, which is good. I need to lose some weight. But they were great. I mean, Mike, I wish I needed somebody out there with me because it was just way too much to absorb. And I met so many people. You know, three of the people that sitting at the table right there are millionaires. More than half the people in there are millionaires. Almost 2/3 of the people I was working with the entire week were up in that same ball range. So it was great. I mean, and I've been talking about the station, about investments. I've been telling everybody as I go along, I'll keep them up to date on what we might need investment. So I had a couple people there tell me they might want to work with. And I had one guy who works with grants. So hey, we might be able to work out a grant for you in this. So I told them by January, maybe February 1st, I'll have most of this together. I'll send them all the things if they want to get invested. So keep your fingers crossed. I mean, if
Yeah.
it goes the way it goes, we might be because at first I thought I could do this on my own money until I realized how many states I was crossing. And so what we got again? We'll go over. I got Florida, we got Georgia, we got Alabama, we got Louisiana, we got Mississippi, we got Texas. That's 6. Then we got Oklahoma, and then we got Arkansas, and I'm pretty sure we got Kentucky and Tennessee, and then we're going to have both Virginias, both the North and Southern Carolina, D.C. and Baltimore. That's 16 states or 16 areas. I mean, that's huge. When I got into licensing fees, I was like, oh fuck, I can't. Ooh, beep. Sorry, I can't. There's no way I can afford that much money. So I could downsize it and start. But if I can get investments, why not just go for the gusto and do all 16 states? Because that puts us in a great. I mean, you know how many people live in 16 states? We're talking like 40, 50 million. It's a good advertisement. And I was talking with Sean. I mean, we're only a butt throw away from you and him.
Yeah.
So we'd have to find a nice hilly climate, somewhere to put a towel on, but they're only stone throw away then. So it makes it easier to expand up into New York and all. And somebody had asked me, when are you going to expand to California? I said, let's get the East Coast and most of that area under control, and then we can go cross country. Like WWL goes from top to bottom across the country. So it's, they're in all the states, but you need a serious transmitter for that to get that kind of stuff done. But I had a good time, and I got to say, everybody went out of their way to make sure I was happy. Everybody. I've attended. The only other conference I could say that was like that was with Stephen Bissett and maybe the one in Laughlin. Those three were great. Everybody was great, but the rest of them are always like trying to cheapskate out. I'd rather not go if I gotta, it just bothers me. Don't.
Were there a lot of paranormal people out there?
Well, in the sense that they all write paranormal.
Well, no. That's not what I meant. I mean,
No,
literally,
no,
they write it, but do they investigate it? Do they?
no, no. These don't. These are all VIPs coming in. The whole thing was invite only, and you already half the place was filled with speakers, and I mean with winners and their families, and all the rest were people that came in, different movie stars, different people from radio stars, and
Mhm.
all kind of other people in there. And there was a couple of people from the. I met this one Amazon, and she told me she was in soap operas, and but I thought I remembered from some sci-fi. I honestly I can't place her, and it was just kind of weird. And like I said, the guy who replaced what's his name in Jump Street 21, he was there, and he,
Johnny Depp.
well Johnny Depp got quit after a year. This is the guy that replaced him, and but I got to I got to meet the writer of Doom, the writers of Indie Game. I got to write the writer and director of Avatar, and I love that too. First question out of my mouth, I looked up at him. And when we get the next one, Avatar, it's been like 10 years now, right? I said, it's been so long, I forgot what Avatar looked like. The guy starts laughing. I'm like, no, dude, it's nothing funny. I'm serious. It's like, he said, well, we were pretty sure it was going to make it out this year, but not now because COVID has put the end to that. And, I get so tired of hearing COVID this, COVID that. COVID
Me too.
this.
Me
After
too.
a
I'm tired of
while,
it.
I'm just like, uh, hold on, let me take this. It's just such a effed up thing. And come on, stop it. Me.
So, Michael, what are you going to be doing for Halloween?
Sitting right here on my ass, exactly where I am.
Now, they're
You
supposed
know,
to be. Okay.
Doing a show with Joe.
no investigations.
Y'all, nah, man. I'm hurting right now. I just fell down the stairs last night. I was serious about that. Like the light didn't go on and I misjudged a step and went right out on the concrete, man. Like boom.
Ooh, you know what? You say a couple of weeks ago, I was going down my stairs. And it was dark, and I had my damn glasses. I can't have my read glasses on when I'm walking. And I did the same thing. Missed a step, busted my ass, landed on my mouth. I got a big old bruise on my fucking neck. Ooh, damn, with the F's tonight.
Falling down sucks. I mean, I got up, but damn. So my knees like messed up and whatever. But for Halloween, I don't do anything anymore. Plus, there's all this COVID crap. I'd rather be on the air having some fun. Buy my own candy.
I would like to go out on All Hallows Eve uh, to Dungeon. They put on a wild party.
You know what? COVID made
Janine,
it
that
not
was
fun
James
anymore.
Cameron. Yeah, I met James
If it's gonna
Cameron.
be if it's COVID in the back of your mind, it just takes the fun out of it. For me, it
It
does.
is.
You
It
know,
does. Well, that's one thing I was worried about here. I mean, you can see the size of the audience we're into. The limousines were packed. There was people all the time. We were all around. Everybody, for most of the part, everybody was wearing a mask. I had just taken mine off because I had just drank some Coke. But for the most part, everybody was wearing a mask. The best part is everybody who attended had a shot. Everybody.
Mhm.
So that's a plus. But still, it's still
there's a lot of
roulette.
breakthrough infections, man.
But it's not even that. But even that. But it's still Russian roulette. But everybody's good and healthy. Nobody seemed to be sick. But you never know. But we were all there 5 and 6 days. So if anybody would have had any, it would have showed while they were there because they had been there for 6 days. So now if they picked it up
Well,
from somebody while they were there, that's
now they're
good.
trying to push through this pill. They're trying to push this pill through Congress, and supposedly, if you get COVID and you're in the hospital and you take the pill makes it where you don't die or have any extreme symptoms. So that's positive, man. I mean, I think all these moves in that direction need to happen. So this way,
Okay.
people don't have to get vaccinated after a while. But I mean, if it works,
Well, they need to do something. They need to do something.
if it works, right? I mean, you don't know. You don't know until you know. But I'll tell you one thing about COVID. This version that's going around now is infecting a lot of people, and you're getting whole households. Whereas before, it wasn't like that. Before,
Yeah,
there'd
see
be one
that for us
person
down here,
exposed. No, before there'd be like one person exposed, and
but
you
not here. It
follow
wasn't
them.
like that. One person got exposed, the whole household got exposed. That's how it
Well,
was
now
down here.
that's what it is now. Like boom, and it's almost shocking to hear that. Like 3 days later, bang, they all test
But
positive.
yet,
You're like,
but
wow.
yet, its death toll is far less than the original. What is it?
Yes.
It's 99. It's only
We're
1% now.
losing about 15 to 1800 a day in America. That's a lot.
Yeah, so that's less than 1%.
I mean, it's
Tell
That's
that
like
to those families, man.
that's about. But Mike, the point is, we lose that every day. That's like coal and
Well,
power.
I mean, that's on top of what we already lose. How's
No,
that?
no, no. But that's not true. That's cheating because they said Colin Powell died from COVID, and he didn't. He died from stage 4 cancer.
Well, he
So
died
at least
from complications from COVID. I mean,
he died
you
from
know.
stage 4 cancer. That's what he died from. The man
Well,
was
yeah, he
about
had
on his way to
cancer too.
dying.
He had can
No, he had stage 4.
he
He was dead.
immunocompromised. But the fact of the matter is, he had COVID. You can't lie about it.
It
Yeah.
don't matter if he had COVID. COVID is not what killed him. The stage 4 cancer is what killed him. If he wouldn't have had stage 4 cancer, he would have survived COVID. That's the bottom line. So in the end, it didn't kill him.
Maybe,
Stage 4 cancer didn't kill
maybe
him.
he was elderly and he had
And,
other
and
problems too.
it's easier to prove this point when you're supposed to have 687,000
I'm
cancer
not. You know
deaths a
what,
year. We only
dude?
had 100,000
I don't
last year.
politicize COVID. I don't take a stance. There is no
Yeah,
stance. There's
yeah.
only data, and you go by the data. And anybody who takes a
Yeah, but
stance
that's the problem. Most of the data I found is
is doing it for the
contradictory.
wrong reason. Is doing it for the wrong
But
reason
that's the
because
point.
the
When you
virus
when
is
you look at
very real.
the data is
The virus is
contradictory.
very real. It's out there killing people. It doesn't matter if it's one or 1,000,
No,
man.
it always
You know,
matters if it's one
it
because the flu only kills
it matters
1.2%.
more that we get rid of it.
You're not getting
That's
rid
the
of
thing.
it. It's never going away. It's going to be just like emphysema. It's here for good. All you can do
It'll.
is do
I
just
think
like
it's
you
going
did
to
with
keep
emphysema.
changing up, and eventually it's going to become inert.
Yeah, they said that
You
about
know,
the flu too, and here it is,
everything
100 years later, it's still here.
everything has a half life. I mean, everything has. I mean, everything in
Obviously,
nature.
emphysema doesn't. It's still going after 100 years.
Yeah,
See,
but
that's the
it's not
point.
laying people to waste like Ebola.
What do you mean? It kills 1.2% of the population a year, the same as that this does. It's now exactly the same as the flu. They were talking about that on the news yesterday.
You
It
mean
is now killing the
emphysema
same.
from people smoking cigarettes?
No, I'm talking no after emphysema. The other one, the flu. They call it
Oh,
it's real close.
influenza.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's it kills 1.2% of the population anyway. So now you're at a position where your flu is killing just as many people as COVID. So why are we freaking out again?
The flu kills about 35 to 70,000 people a year, depending. That's
Yeah,
just
and
known.
yeah, and
COVID's killed
no.
718,000
The
since
first
last
COVID,
year.
the first COVID killed 600 something thousand. It's gone. We're talking about Delta, and it's not killing the same as the
Now
first
you
COVID
have Delta
did.
Plus, which is more infectious, they say.
But it's still not
But
killing as many people. That's the problem. You're
I
having a
don't know.
hard time selling this to America when less and less and less and less people are dying. It's just how it is.
Yeah.
That's the horror story, people, is COVID. So
Well, then apparently everybody's a sucker ass and they're all jumping through hoops.
not
But I'm
really. More than half of America don't
but
want
I
it.
see people get it every day. I see people die every day. So, I mean, it's becoming
Yeah,
like
I see
it's
people
very
die every
common.
day from everything.
And unfortunately, the residual effects is it pushes back hospital schedules. The staffing is loose now. Nurses are
Mike,
leaving.
A lot of that's
Mike,
not true.
no, Mike. Listen, my brother works at a hospital,
I know
and
several people do that. A lot of that's just
and
not
there
true.
is empty beds on the COVID floors,
Where?
and
Where?
not in
Is
Pittsburgh.
that new? Oh yeah, Pittsburgh. But let's talk about Newark. Talk about how places on Long Island or even around here. So I just see the numbers every day. I see the numbers of the ICU and what's available. It's getting lower and
I
lower.
can't. I
But
don't trust the numbers, Michael. I don't. I
but
don't
it's more
trust them.
about you know what it is. It's more about the flow. Even if I'm not saying people coming in to take up beds, I'm more saying people coming in and taking up time and it pushes everything back. It pushes back other surgeries. Just local in Binghamton, they banned visitations again at a couple of hospitals. So it's getting to that point. We're not even in winter yet up here in the north, so that's going to be a whole nother thing. But I'm just sitting back watching it like everybody else. I know I'm in the front lines, so I know what goes on.
I know
Me
a lot
And
too,
of people
bud.
are fine. That's what I was trying to tell you, Mike. I know 5 of y'all that do what you do, and all of them give me different
mm,
things every day. So all I'm telling you is it's
and
not.
those are five different people that do five different things in five
No,
different
they pretty much
areas of the
all they do is
country.
try
You know what I
COVID. Now
mean?
I'll tell you this: I have several friends that are nurses and doctors, and they're telling me in New Orleans the hospitals are not full.
Yeah,
There
they're
are
not
places to
full
do it.
up here.
They're even doing elective surgeries down here. They're doing it all along the south. So when I listen to the news, I hear this. When I come down here, I hear this. It's not the same. Somebody's lying. It's just not the same shit, and it gets old after a while because a couple of my friends. I have really good friends. Like my client, one of my clients right now he's a radiologist, one of the biggest hospitals around here. He's the guy I'm rebuilding his prop. He's the same thing. No, we get lots of open beds. I don't know what this shit's about.
Yeah,
It's about money, is what it's about now. It's not as much about because I seen what the CDC said about the Delta virus as far as killing people. And they said its death toll is much, much, much lower than the original COVID is.
I don't want to
It
live
is
in
more contagious though by far, but it's not killing
yeah.
near as many
I don't
people.
want to live in fear all my life over this damn COVID. If I die, I die. So what? Then
I
I'll
don't want
know
to
what
die,
it's like being a ghost. You know what I
But
mean?
see, I'm just worried now that I hear this shit coming out of Europe about the Moderna and Pfizer shots are starting to compromise people's immune systems. I don't want to have to be dealing with that. You know what? So now that you took it, now all of a sudden you're gonna be, everything's gonna be contagious to everything.
You should send me that information. I have never heard that in my life.
Yeah, actually, I just found out about it today. To be totally honest with you,
As long as
I
it's
just
a legitimate news source.
BBC.
Hey,
wow.
never mind.
That's BBC, right out of the doctors,
ABC,
right.
Disney
Well,
Channel.
Their version of
isn't
the CDC
BBC
is.
like CNN over
Yeah.
there?
No, they're not like CNN at all. BBC is much different.
Oh,
So
BBC. BBC is CNN over there.
no, over there it is. But you got to remember something about
Sky.
ABC. When BBC
Sky. Ever
reports
watch Sky
American
News,
news,
man? They're so liberal.
yeah, when you watch BBC, especially when you talk about our country or other countries, they're right on the money every time because it's not their country, and they're actually quite good about American news. And they're way much more open than any news media we have here, including Fox. They're just better at it.
You know it's all BS anyway. It's all just a story that they tell to sell freaking papers. Isn't that what it is? A
A lot of it is,
story.
yeah. A lot of it is about stories.
God, this.
It's more important to understand that I have garlic dill pickles on the way right now being delivered to the house. That's America, buddy. If you want to know what America is, that's America. And every time I think the ease and convenience and the cool stuff that we have, I think that, yeah, sure. There's always going to be people on both sides saying all kinds of stuff. No one's ever going to agree on anything ever, not ever. So they don't have to because we're all on our own mission, right? That's the reality, man. As long as we don't let people step on our toes, government, corporations, and they do, that's when people need to wake up, and they won't because people are looking at each other as the villain. That people aren't the villain. There's a whole different villain out there.
Yeah.
I asked somebody yesterday. I called somebody from CDC about how many people have been had shots for a while. And he's like, "Wow." I said, "Well, I'm just curious. I mean, if y'all talking about COVID and all, I said if we're over like 300 or 400 million, shouldn't we already be to the point of shutdown?" He's like, "Well, probably." I said, "Well, how many we're at? 503 million. So we're over the spot. We're well over it. So you got to wonder what the fuck's going on now, because we're well past where it should be
Well,
way more under control."
how about those thousands of immigrants coming now, illegal immigrants, whatever you want to call them, coming from the border,
Yeah,
and they're not going to
exactly.
come in with masks. They're not going to get
Yeah,
vaccinated. They're
30.
not going to.
They're estimating 30% of them have COVID. One of the doctors I go see, I was over there one day getting prescriptions refilled. Right, I was sitting inside. While I was there was a line of Hispanics down the side of the building, all the way around the end and all the way to the back. There must have been 300 there. So I was talking to the security officer. "Why are you giving tests?" She said, "Because we're so busy, I have to." She said they're doing 2,000 illegals a day.
Well,
She said about 30% of them are testing positive with the Delta variant, by the way. And thank God it ain't the other one. But now Louisiana's got its own variant. It started somewhere in northern Louisiana.
A
So
lot of places do. Utah, northern Nevada, you find little enclaves that are tight communities, and not a lot of coming and going, and they'll have their own variant. It's bound to happen.
yeah, that's gonna happen. But I listened to the guy from the WHO the other day saying that he's beginning to think this was a created virus because it's splitting too fast. He
Pete
said
Townsend
viruses.
doesn't know shit, man.
He
You know what I
said,
mean?
yeah,
He wasn't a great guitar player either.
whatever. Yeah, they got to.
I
Oh,
was
speaking of, oh,
watching the
you know who
Who
I
the
met
other
too?
day. I was like, these guys aren't so great. You know what? They were great for a time, weren't they? There was like a zone when they were really great, and then it changed. I think it got into the 80s. Ugh. So every time I listen to the Who talk, I think of Pete Townsend.
Poor Pete. Poor Pete. Let's see.
yeah.
Let's see. See, I see most of the South is back under control. Florida's still a little high. New Mexico's bad. Colorado's bad. California, Oregon, Washington, New York. Man, all the liberal states are fucked. Look at that. Damn. See, they were bitching about the southern states. Now they all burning like a mother humper. Well, that's what happens when you talk smack. He comes to get you.
Yeah, that's not the only thing. There's other stuff going around too that's pretty bad. So it's kind of like, I don't know. It's almost like a perfect storm, really.
So in the United States, okay, now see, now I know there's some BS going on. So in the United States, 243 million by Pfizer, Moderna 154. So that's 393 million. There's not even that people live here. And
About
then
50% of people in the U.S. are vaccinated.
and then
About
15
about.
million from the Johnson, and then something not identified, 430,000. I don't know what the hell that could mean.
You might have one state that's got 60%. You'll have another that's got 40. I mean, it all balances out.
California got a lot of work. Florida's way up in the hot shot thing. Now look at them. They're at total doses administered in California, 28,141. That's more people than they have living in the state.
Hmm.
Really?
No, they got
Like
like
that.
almost 40. Had almost 40 million, 38 million.
No, not,
Oh,
not not Florida. Florida's only got like 26 or
no,
26
California.
million. Oh no, California was at 38 million. Now they're going down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
people are leaving.
their administered doses are at 53,283,000. So because they got two doses, I guess that's why the number gets.
They're all running for Texas, man.
Yeah, they're running for Austin. That's the only place they're going in Texas. It's going
Would
to
you?
Austin.
Any of you guys run for Texas? I wouldn't run for Texas.
That's a great state, man.
How
It's a
come you're
great
not
state.
there?
No, because I live in a better state. Texas is a
Exactly.
great state. Texas, actually, compared to New York and California, it's a way better state because one, it's got the same thing they all got, but it's a much safer state, much not
They get
nearly
the worst
crime
weather
rate.
by far.
Oh no, indeed not. No, indeed not. That's not even close to true, man. You
The
got to get.
Northeast is controllable. You'll have your ice storms. You'll have that type of thing.
It's all going to
But
change.
Texas,
You're gonna
but we
start
don't. We
seeing.
don't have like tornadoes, man. And you know what I
So
mean?
well, you
Like
see the tornadoes in Nebraska, Missouri, Oklahoma, places like that, Colorado. The heartland is where you see the most. The only
Texas Twister. That's where it came from.
Texas, you see them when there's hurricanes.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know that.
yeah, you
I
don't
didn't know that.
see. And you know what? There's not many other places in the world that even get tornadoes, but the United States. It's kind of a weird phenomenon.
Hmm.
It's not like it's a worldwide sweeps every area. Gets some fun tornadoes. It really has to do with how the country's laid out, where the jet stream happens.
I don't like that fact they put mustard and ketchup on the burgers, man. That's a deal breaker for me in any kind of place. And
Yeah, you
then
gotta mustard
you
on
have to
hamburger.
explicitly tell them no mustard.
Oh man.
That stands out.
So we don't eat yellow mustard in the South. We only eat bold mustard down here.
What kind you eat down there?
We only eat the bold mustard, the brown mustard.
The brown mustard. That's
Yeah.
good stuff.
I love mustard. I love German mustard. I mean, there's all kinds of mustard, but just not on a hamburger with ketchup.
Even ketchup. I never put ketchup on anything, but occasionally on a fry.
The best
I-
burger was at this place called the Santa Fe Bite when I was out there last year. It was a cheeseburger with green chilies on it, man. And I'll tell you though, they did it right. It was so nice. Oh my god!
Oh God.
While we on that, so everybody said you gotta try an In-N-Out burger. They're the best burger ever. Always number one on the list.
I
said,
tried
"All
in
right."
Utah. The line was too long. I couldn't do it.
Well, I stopped. I was in Cali. I said, all right, I'm gonna try one. I got it. I threw half of it in the garbage.
That bad?
They suck. I mean,
Really?
because Cali people don't have no taste buds. They don't know what spices is. They just don't know. Most of the people in New York don't eat. Don't take offense, but y'all really don't have no taste buds either up there.
That's why we have the best food on the planet.
No, not even close.
New York City.
That's
New
why.
York
That's why
City's
we
got
have.
the best food on the planet.
That's why we got
If you
five
can't
five-star
find it there,
restaurants.
you ain't gonna find it anywhere.
Oh yeah. You ain't gonna find none of what we eat up there because they don't have it. Matter of fact, the number one chef in New York is who, and where's he from? In New Orleans. Matter of fact, the top two chefs.
That's
up
why
there
he's
are
in
from
New York.
No, he owns restaurants down here too, and in Cali, by the way, and
When
in
he's in
Vegas.
New York, cashing in, man.
He's gonna go everywhere, cashing in. I think he's got one in Paris now too. And he started out with that BAM shit. He was crazy, but he makes a lot of money. But that's the thing. We have the biggest chef school in the world now. We're the only state that has the only place in the world that has five-star restaurants. Ain't nobody else has that. And we got quite a few 3-star restaurants. Matter of fact, Paris got mad when they shifted from their school to our school. It's just one of them things, man. A lot of people come down here just to eat because, the food's the best in the country by far. Because
I hear they have the best
taste.
barbecue down there.
They have the best everything down here because the thing of it is, it's like, I'll be traveling. Like I was in New York not that long ago. And this guy brings me out a rack of ribs and they're all dry. Oh, you just put the sauce on the top of them. I said, no, you just take that back. He's like, I said, I don't want any of that powder rub shit. That shit tastes like dust when you eat it. I said, when we barbecue stuff, we put all the rub on there and then we coat it down and we let that sauce bake into when you eat it. It is sweet and juicy and good. It just runs right off the bone. Ain't no powdery, chalky taste to it. They tried bringing that shit down here. Just everybody who put it up flopped. They just flopped. And a couple of Texas places in Texas seem to be, but they put right at the end. They put the barbecue sauce and let it seal it in and go for a while. But yeah, if you got to put the sauce on afterwards when you serve it, now you might as well throw it out in the garbage. That's not real
I
good.
had some good barbecue out in New Mexico and Gallup, man.
They
Is
got
one
good. They
place.
got good barbecue in Texas, New Mexico, even in Arizona. They got some pretty good barbecue.
It was, I think it was a chain. It was called Tommy's or something like that. But it was actually really good, man. It hit the spot. I know that much.
Yeah, but that in out, that thing was dry. Wasn't very
No, this
tasty.
place was good. Had fresh cornbread. It was like really nice.
Callie, we're going to send you five guys. We're not going to put what you call it out there. We're going to send you five guys, and that should be good enough for you. They got a little more taste to it, a little more saltiness to it. They had nice salty, crunchy
Because it's
fries.
five guys.
But we got Whataburger too. It's pretty good. Frost Top's better than all.
Hey, you ever try Wahlburgers?
Oh
No,
no.
They're freaking good. They're
Five
freaking
Guys
good.
is good.
Yeah,
That
Five
we
Guys
have
they
them
put
around
hamburger.
here.
Yeah, yeah.
I go there every time I want to splurge with 1,200 calories for a burger. I
Well,
do
yeah,
it.
they are. Because they are, but they're kind of expensive burger, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. Just so you know that ahead of time.
Yeah, $10 for a
Yeah,
double
yeah.
double
So that's what
cheeseburger.
I'm saying. Well, so when me and my wife eat, if we get a malt, it's usually about $30, $32 for two burgers. And I'm gonna tell you a little secret: don't order a large fry, just order medium fried. Because when they do what they do is they fill it or small fry, they fill it up, and then they also dump it in a bag, and then they fill it up again, and then
Oh yeah,
they stick it in the bag. So there's always a ton of fries in there. They're good. Uh,
they
it,
are good, especially the unsalted because they're kind of lightly salted, man.
Yeah, lightly. So
But
you gotta watch them because he'll get a little crazy with that rock sauce sometimes. But it's a good hamburger. A lot of burgers are different. It's more like an old style frost top or Hopper's top burger. Even though frost top's a little bit better than Whataburger, people will die for Whataburger down here. But it is, and then we've got regular places like the bars. See down here, every bar has to serve food, so they all have their specialty
but
burgers.
see, those are the best burgers, man.
They are the
When
best
when you
bars
go
by
to those
far.
pubs or whatever, I
They
mean,
are by
yeah,
far the best burgers.
or diner, like a good diner, you know.
Well,
Yeah, diners.
so if you go to like the Harbor or the Swamp Room, the burger's about an inch and a half thick. It's a big round patty. It's on a big bun, not a little bun. It comes fully loaded. It costs you 10, maybe $15 with a drink, or if you let you drinking alcohol, it probably costs you 20. But still, man, you are full. You go drink it the rest of the night after you eat one of them things. And they had good steaks there too, by the way. So I mean, bottom of the line had pretty good burger, pretty good steak, and out there you can smell them on the grill when you put up. They're actually putting them on the grill. They're not right. It's not barbecue per se. Because they're not putting any barbecue on them. They're just grilling them.
This is
And
gonna sound crazy. I couldn't find a good steak on the road, not one. I mean,
I can
when
believe that.
out back in Colorado Springs was the best I could find. That's crazy, you know. And I looked, I
Mm.
was looking. They have barbecue everywhere, everywhere. But steaks, no, man.
Yeah, you don't find as many steakhouses in the old days like
They
in the
were
old
high
days.
end. If you want to spend $200 for a
Oh
couple of
yeah, but
steaks,
yeah, there'll be a few. But even then, there's not as much
forget
of them
that.
around either. It's been a push back in there. But what was that, Christopher? Oh, I'm sorry. What do you mean? Was the scariest place I've ever been?
Outback.
You mean what do you mean? Like is in fear? Wait, clarify. What do you mean scariest place I've ever been? You mean spooky wise or fear wise or? Okay, well, I've told this story before, but I don't know. About 12, 14 years ago, we were back in Honey on Swamp, about 12 miles back in the swamp, deep, deep in the swamp. And Linda and I were just sitting there. We were out UFO hunting, by the way. We weren't monster hunting or anything like that. And we had a black Nissan, not a, what was it? Anyways, nice car. And we had the moonroof running across solid black. Even the bumpers were black. The rims were black. So there was nothing shiny in this car at all. And I had my moonroof open. I was sitting there and I was talking to Linda and I reached over to grab my drink. And when I did, I stretched my leg and I must have hit the pedal on the brake. And I could have swore I seen like the black move behind me, like it went like that. And I'm like, no, I'm seeing things. So I just got back to Lynn. I said, for some reason, I stepped back in the brake. When I did, it looked like it was closer. So I reached up and shut my moonroof. And I said, baby, look back there and see if you see this. And I stepped on it. It was like 4 feet from behind my bumper. And it just looked like this big mass of black. And it was black and black. It was blacker than the black. And don't get me wrong, when you're back there, it is black. Especially if there's no moon. It's like you can't hardly see your hand in front of your face when you're out the car. And I was like, okay, so at that moment, the car was running when you had this AC on. So I just slapped and drive and punched it, sending dust and dirt all over the place. And so I'm hauling ass. Now I'm going through these gravel roads in the swamp, these twisty, curly gravel roads, about 80, 90, hoping I'll put my ass in the swamp somewhere. Singing. So I'm coming up, then this thing's standing within like 15 or 30 feet. Now you can see it good now. Um, so I had a button where I could turn my reverse lights on, so for backup lights. And I turned them on, and you could see it really good. It was as it was coming, but it still looked like this big black blob thing. But I noticed as we started getting closer to where the blacktop road was, it was taking more of a shape like a person, but much bigger. So I'm thinking I'm coming up this road, and this road's got like a big hump that comes up. And man, I'm doing about 80, and I want to hit too fast, and I want to shoot over like playing the Dukes of Hazzard or something. So I cut the car sideways and just slid up the hill till I got the car, and the car just kind of plopped up and then popped down on a blacktop. And right as it did, I reached out the window and with what I had the 380, and pop, 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 and it stopped. Not because I shot the when the muzzle flash came out, then it stopped, and I was like, "What the?" And I just at that point I took the gun because it didn't phase it and just punched it. So now I'm doing about 110, 115 down this blacktop road. And I got these little bridges you got to go, so I was being kind of careful. That's why I didn't go any faster than that. So I'm hauling ass, and this thing is staying right behind us. You can see it from my taillights on my car. So I had to slow down for this one bridge. I thought it was going to rush up, and I was like, it slowed and picked up as the car did, which I couldn't understand. So I'm coming up to the end of this road where you go to get on the interstate, and there's a cattle guard there. And I said, I got to slow down. I'm doing 100. If I hit that cattle guard at 100, I'll blow out all my tires. So I start slowing down. I know I'm thinking this thing's going as fast as I am now. It's going to catch me. So I start slowing. I'm doing 50, 55, about 45. It's rushed up, and it's looking like it's like 2 feet behind the car. As I go over the cattle guard, it just stops. And then both times when it stopped, it looked like a figure of some kind of humanoid thing, 30 feet tall, 20 feet tall, 15 feet wide, whatever it was. But the point, even that, it was just this unreal fear. I've feared things in my life before, but nothing like this. This is like somebody was choking you and cutting you up and holding you and getting ready to eat you at the same time. It was that kind of fear. It's just unreal. It was even at the time, I could feel that it felt unreal. But I wasn't going to take a chance and see what the hell it was. I just took off the interstate after that. To this day, I have no idea. So the first time I told the story, I told it to a pretty big audience, and I had about 10 or 12 people write in to me telling me they had similar experiences in different parts of the country. So we went through it, and there was about 12 people had this. But there was one thing that was in common. They were all in UFO hotspots. Now, whether or not it had anything to do UFO related, I have no idea. Was it government using some kind of psycho shit to run us out of there, or was it ET scaring us off, or was it just some new thing we've never seen before? But I have not had any reports in the last 12 years at all. So I still don't know what it is. Yeah, it was creepy, freaky, hairy, scary. You better get your ass straight kind of stuff, man. I have no idea. It creeped me out, I gotta say.
The Blob.
Why don't you just stop and confront it, man? Say, listen, Mo.
I did. When I stopped up on the hill, I stopped in front and shot 3 shots at it.
You don't shoot it. Just ask a question, man. Like, maybe it's not all nasty and evil. Maybe it's nice.
No, nah, I'd be running.
It was one of
You
the
gotta
things we
be able
did.
to sit down and talk. That's what the
Yeah,
whole
yeah, yeah. I don't think it wants to
communication
talk.
bit's about.
I don't think it had much to
Mike,
So
he would ask.
would you shoot a
Mike,
Sasquatch?
hell
Mike,
yeah, shoot Sasquatch.
Mike, would you sit down and talk to it?
Hell yeah, I've done it.
And what
Oh
would
yeah,
you?
we've been in some bad
It
situations.
would have been like that movie, that version of Star Trek where that thing went around.
I'm like the Dr. Phil of the paranormal world, man. We've been
Now,
we've
see,
been
that's the
some
thing. You
we've
would
been in
have
some
known
bad
this was not
situations.
paranormal.
If
Mike.
you can communicate though, and then try to resolve things, I mean,
This
these
was not
entities,
if you'd have
for the
thought this was
most part,
paranormal,
they're
you'd have been in
past.
deep shit. This had nothing paranormal about it. No, it
Maybe
wasn't.
they like your tuxedo, man. They come tail grab you,
Man,
man.
there was something. I don't know what it
Nah,
was, but it
Mike.
wasn't paranormal.
Nah.
Not ruling out government, but it wasn't paranormal. I mean, we were on
Maybe it was
NASA
Bill
land.
Cosby with his Jello pudding.
I like Bill
Coming at
Cosby's
people.
Jello pudding. What are you talking about? I hate on Bill pudding. You can hate on Bill, man, but he's out free now, running the world, doing his
He's
thing.
writing books.
Yeah, guy done. He's gonna go back on tour again.
Yeah.
Well, he went on tour and they kicked him off, but now he's going back again. I don't know. It's he's still got his protractors. He's still got his levers. A lot of people still like Cosby.
Yeah, I like them.
There was a lady the other day who said I used to watch him when I was a kid all the time. She said, I don't know, I don't see anything here, because a lot of people had that same thing. Is you're a single woman out looking for a job after a guy, and you go into his hotel room in the middle of the night. Because it wasn't like what was weird about these was it wasn't like it was in the afternoon or the daytime. Just like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. You going up there and you're having cocktails with a guy over a job. That's just bad news. I'm not saying what he did was right because he was drugging him, but still, I mean, she'd have known the man was after something, bringing up that kind of
Are
money.
you saying they have low moral character, Joe?
I'm saying it very. You know why it's called the casting couch? That's all I'm saying.
Was he
They now have that
casting?
around.
Was he even casting? I think
Yeah,
he
he
was
was
hanging out with
casting.
fans.
No, he was just these were all girls who were going after that were looking for jobs. Every one of them.
Or they want to be on the Cosby Show.
Yeah, they were looking. Well, they were looking for other stuff because Cosby produced a lot of stuff.
Fat Albert. Hey, I remember Fat Albert.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, Joe's not. Something's wrong with Joe.
He's frozen.
Yeah.
Sees the aliens. He's getting probed.
He's
Look at the face
probably.
he's making.
No, I think
that's a I'm getting probed face. Oh, there he is again.
Yeah. Oh man, no. I think when he talked about that blob, all of a sudden he got shut up.
Oh man, the blob is
They
dead.
want to eat you, man. They want to eat you.
What the hell happened, Joe?
What do you mean? What happened? I've been talking the whole time. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
Dude, you were like frozen.
I wasn't on my end. I was moving around just fine. I don't know what was going on.
What are we gonna do on the Halloween show, man? We're gonna do a seance.
I don't know. We're gonna talk. We're gonna talk. Well, we got all day and all. Well, I guess we'll start at around 6 or 7.
What
How about
day
we
is
raise
that?
the spirits
What day is
of
that?
former
Sunday to
former
Sunday.
hosts that have passed on?
I know. Oh no, we are not talking to you know who. My life's going too good right now.
If she comes through, she comes through, man. You see, he's frozen again.
Yeah, he is.
You're not frozen. I can see you perfect.
Yeah, I know. And I see you. Aliens.
Aliens. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
I tell you what, Mike, we did a show one time, and it was about government conspiracies. I forget what it was. And then all of a sudden, man, we could not. They were breaking in on it. They were making our static sounds, and no one could hear each other. It was crazy, man.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
you get mocked a lot in your investigations. We used to get mocked a lot. If I said something a certain way, I would hear it back as the EVP, but like in a different way. You know what I mean?
Right. No, nothing mocked. Nothing mocked at all.
No.
No. In fact, his dog's going off. But no mocking at all. We picked up some good EVPs. The best EVP that I ever got was about 7-8 years ago, and me and my ex-girlfriend, we were at this house. Long story short, the dad who passed away, did not like his wife, who was a nurse, and so the dude he got a phone call from his house on his cell phone, and nobody was at home. And he picked up. I actually heard the recording, and it said, "Kill the nurse."
Wow.
Oh yeah. And so we did our walkthrough. Then my ex-girlfriend gets out, and she says, "You got to hear this. You got to hear this." And she played back the EVP, and she asked the question, "Who are you?" And nothing. And then she said, "How old are you?" And it said 93.
Ooh.
So we played it for our client, and he just busted out in tears, dude.
Wow.
Yeah, he said, "That's my father, who did not like his wife." And he's the one that sent that EVP.
Makes sense. It's interesting that they hold on to such things, though, isn't it? There's this place. You're in Pittsburgh, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're not far from where I am. I'm like, you know where Rochester is? What?
Yes, I do. I bowled up there in a tournament up there one time. Yeah.
A town called Geneva. It's right on the lake,
Yeah.
And that's where I am right now. I was in Ithaca, but it's like half an hour from Ithaca. Anyway, south of Corning, there's this old church that they call the Church of the Damned, and we know the guy who owns it, and we know people have gone in there and had like crazy experiences, where like the people in there were channeled into attacking the one guy. And like they were saying, "I'm going to rip you apart and I'm going to kill you." Then they went outside. They had to ground themselves to calm down.
Wow.
And then they're taking pictures around, and you see this woman wearing kind of like a cloak, a black shadow figure, but like right outside the church.
Right.
And like my feeling about the place, like I don't think it was a place where like they did bad things in the church. I think it was after they closed the church, people went in there and did bad things,
Okay. Okay.
rituals, things like that. So there's some stuff going on there. I would love to check it out.
What will
So,
they let you in? Will they let
oh
you in?
yeah, we know the guy who owns it. He lives next door.
Okay.
But
Awesome, man.
that's probably about the same distance from you it is from me. Almost. I mean,
Yeah.
it's about an hour and a half from me.
You know what?
Maybe almost 2 hours.
Let's keep in touch contact.
Yeah.
We could we'll investigate it, dude. You know what I mean? I'd like to.
It's about an hour south of Corning, so it's pretty far into PA.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm dying to go there. I really am. I mean, I've seen those pictures, and I'm like, wow.
What's the name of the place again?
They just call it the Church of the Damned.
Church of the Dam.
It's kind of a coal miney area. They had gravel pits there. They did a lot of digging at one time back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a podunk town now. There's nothing there.
Right.
But we just happen to know the guy, and he's cool about letting people in there, to do investigations.
Oh, sweet. Church of the Dam. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh yeah. And then maybe my team will come up with you, and we can investigate. We
that'd be
looking
cool,
for
man.
something where to go next year.
Oh, there's so many places. It depends on what you want.
Right.
Really.
Oh, anywhere, dude. Anywhere.
What?
Anywhere.
Pittsburgh's famous, man. That's where zombies were born. The whole zombie legend,
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So there's a lot of people who live there that's really into the whole sci-fi thing and science fiction, all that type of stuff.
Right. Well, I would tell you a weird. It's not a haunted story, but it's a creepy story.
Hey, hold on a second.
Okay.
Did he get probed again?
Yeah, no, you got probed. I was about to tell my silly story. He went to get his food, I think.
Oh, that's what he heard. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I had to go get a drink. I was dying.
yeah,
I'm freezing.
We thought you were being probed, dude. Yeah.
I don't know why his computer would be freezing. It's weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Check into it. There's nothing on it that should make it freeze, but that doesn't mean it won't.
I'll tell you what, it's good to have you back, brother.
Oh, I'm back. I'm glad to be back. Somebody asked, somebody said, well, you get somebody offer you a job, you'll stay, right? I'm like, no. I said, one, my wife don't ever want to live in California. And I said,
right.
It's not that I hate California. There's places I could live in Cali. LA is not one of them. I'm sorry.
Right.
He said, what's Hollywood? I said, no. It doesn't mean shit to me. The alarm's going off. Ghost must have been seen. My bedroom door keeps opening and closing by itself. It's freaking out the dogs.
Is it?
It's all about, we got one of those hangers, so these 4-rack hangers back there hang clothes and stuff. So when I came home last night, I hung a bunch of shirts on it. So it's been, if you touch it or if the wind hits it from the air conditioner, it starts moving forward. The weight just helps it go by. And the way it's set, it automatically opens back up by itself. So they're like, what the hell? I said, no, it's the way it is. It's just the way it is. I don't know. Who knows for sure? Look at all these pretty glasses and stuff. But I had a good time, and there's a lot of weird shit going on there. But so Linda's telling me why not they had 2 major UFO sightings.
Did they?
I haven't had a chance to look yet.
I'm telling you what, we were up in Gettysburg a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to see if I can get Jason to put it on the show, and I want you to look at it. Honest to God, I think he caught a UFO. Honest to God. It wasn't a bird, and it wasn't a plane, and it wasn't a drone. This thing was up and down, and it was black.
It could have been. There's a lot of weird stuff going on around the country. And for some reason, since everybody seems to be aggravated, it even seems to be more things around the country.
Right.
Somebody wrote
and Trish, our new co-host and all.
Oh, yeah. What about how she's doing?
She's doing really good. She's a big asset to the group. And by the way, everybody, my name is Sean Kelly, and I'm on Tuesday nights 9 to 11 on Chasing Prophecy with Jenny Nicasio, Jason Iampietro, and Trisha Moe.
Who's this Jenny person? I've never heard of her before.
Never heard of her. Then I got my own show right after that. It's called
Into the Night with Sean
Into the Night.
Kelly.
Yes, Into the Night.
Yeah, I was going, oh, shit, did I remind Jenny she had to help Sean or not? I couldn't remember.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, I figured she would. I just couldn't remember I told her or not. Because I had talked with Michelle DeRoche about helping Michael out. Mm-hmm. because I knew Michael was didn't know how to work any of this stuff. I mean, it's not real hard, but without somebody showing you, it's kind of rough to learn in 2 minutes before you got to go on the air. You know,
Right.
it's
Right.
oh shit, we got to get off here in a second. I didn't realize that. I got to go put on. Well, they know how to do it now, don't they? Yeah,
You're
maybe
gonna
I
have
got
to
to do it.
show me. I trust
Oh,
you.
we'll take some time, and
Yeah.
I don't have any plans on going anywhere. And see, your show's late enough that usually me running late's not going to hurt you.
Right.
It was mainly for this trip, and for to know for the earlier shows that I might, if I'm running late, they can put themselves on.
Right.
But now once COVID and I was going, I travel. I usually travel a lot doing it. I usually do a lot of lectures, and or a lot of speaks. And not always lectures. Sometimes they're more like Q&As. So I'll come in and I'll talk about a particular subject for 20 minutes or so, and get in some deep stuff. Hello Angel Rocker, and that was Lori Pot Finlay's.
Hey, Lori.
But sometimes I'll come in and I'll go on a lecture. I'll do like 20 or 30 minutes, and I'll open up for Q&A, and then I might move into a subject and talk for a while. Then open up for some more Q&A. Now, what I did for those kids out in, I did for the lecture at Writers of the Future, that was a whole different thing. I gave them a hardcore lesson on how to do social media. I gave them a hardcore lesson on how to deal with the press. But we got to go ahead and realize it's 7:00 because we got to go let. Damn, it's been so long. The Horsefly Chronicles on with Julia and Sarah. Julia is still in Syracuse. It took me a minute there, man, being gone. We could have forgot everybody. By the way, whoever's archives are not up, I'm gonna be putting archives up over the next 2 days. So a lot of y'all gonna have dual archives throughout the week. Mike's gonna have quadruplet archives throughout the week, but so the girls from the outer realm. So I got a lot of archives put up. Unfortunately, I've got 40. I'm sorry, 25 other ones from the thing plus this one from the night. So I'll probably start with Tuesdays nights and get them up, and then that way on tomorrow night if I do Wednesday night while y'all are on it, so on and so forth until we get everybody caught up. I still got a lot of spaced out radios to catch up and stuff. So, and unfortunately, right now I'm going to be working at least 8 to 6. Maybe 5. Really,
Gotta play catch up, man.
We're busy all over the
With
place.
no mustard.
Somebody goes, well, how do you know if you love you? I said, well, I can tell you people in Los Angeles love you. They were great. They cared. Took me like I was family. And he said, well, when you get home, I said, I was hoping nobody would call me. I wasn't out of bed in an hour this morning. I already had 6 phone calls. By this afternoon, I've already had 12 of my customers call me. So you're back? I love it, too. It's like, are you back? Are you back? Are you back? Yeah, I'm back. Are you sure you're back? I said, I'm back. Are you leaving again? I'm not leaving again. I'm sorry, people. I said this was scheduled 6 months ago. I had to go. Fortunately for me, I wouldn't have missed it for the world. It was just a fabulous experience. It was a great thing.
You need a breather, man. You need a break. You know what I mean?
I did. And
you do a lot of good work during the year. You deserve it.
Yeah. So and I got to do some good stuff. It was someone were younger. It really didn't matter if they were younger or older. These were all new authors, and authors tend to be inverted and stuff, inverts and. Not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of.
They're all just meat puppets, man. All of us, everybody.
But there were some great stories like the.
Nobody gets out of here alive. Everybody's the same.
Barbara did a story about. She called it the Sixers about these people that were telepathic that would go out and track people down and stuff. Sounded interesting. There was quite a few interesting those. But they give you 12. They give 12 stories, and each one says 24 stories. Right? It's book 36 and book 37. So a lot of good stories, a lot of good artwork. And I didn't realize they did this. So they take the story and they get one of the illustrators that want to do the book cover for one of the books. So it's interesting how that works out. It's kind of helps put together. And then somebody shows them all the legal aspects and documents they should be using inside. It's a great course from, and the fact that they get to talk to some of the top people in the field is just. There's no way to get any other way to do it. These guys are 2-way up for just to walk up and say hi to them. They're going to be like, get away from me, kid. Leave your paper over there.
That's a bad attitude.
No, it's not. That's why they do this. They do Writers of the Future, so they spend 7 days with these people, teaching them how to write, how to read, how to
that's
do artwork. So that's what they do. So when they're at like Dragon Con and all, they're busy. They're there for another reason. They're working to sell their stuff, and I understand that. You got to do your stuff to stay in business. And when they're doing author signings, we talked a lot about author signings and signings and stuff like that. But I know it's 3 after. Let me get so I don't know if feeling we've already started. Nice to see y'all guys. Great to be back.
Thanks for having me on.
I missed talking to everybody last week. I was like, man, I kept thinking of name. Like, well, I'm missing something. Then I realized I hadn't been talking to any host all week. I was like, it just doesn't feel right. And I was going to panic. I did catch Thursday night. I was getting ready to go back out to do another interview. And I had the computer up, and I happened to see Outer Realm was on, and they were by themselves. So I popped in for the last 20 minutes or so and chatted with them.
That was nice.
So just to say hi. But I was going to hit Michael, but Michael was on at 7. Matter of fact, I was getting ready to hit Michael, and then I had 6 people come in and do an interview because I was listening to you on was it Red Pill? No, it was Red Pill. It was Thursday's a Red Pill, right?
Red Pill's taking off like crazy, man. You
Yeah,
see the
that's
numbers? Oh
Thursday.
my
Yeah, they've been
god!
doing great. I just had to remember which one I was listening to. And somebody said, "Well, who's that?" That's one of our hosts. It's Michael Angley. I said he's doing the Red Pill News right now. I said, but I'm not going to get to listen to him because I got to do y'all. So I flipped him over and flipped him on. But anyway, guys, y'all go have a great night.
It's a
Michael,
fun rant.
You too, brother.
Yeah,
Michael, nice seeing you again, buddy.
You
Y'all
too,
two
man.
stay out of trouble.
Hey, we gotta do some ghost hunts, man. Tis the
We'll
season.
do it.
Yeah,
We'll
y'all
do
went there
it.
to Kelly's. Oh, that's right. It's Gettysburg and Gettysburg. I keep forgetting it's two.
Gettys.
Waverly's not far from you, right? Waverly's
Not at all.
Big,
It's great.
big place. People love to go there, apparently.
Yep.
But y'all stay out of trouble. Let me see my gorgeous face one more time.
I'll see you, Joe. Good night.
That'll be good. Woo! Good night, everybody, and stay tuned for the Horsefly Chronicles. Good night. Damn, I gotta get back in shape myself. Shit.